Alright, and we're back. Welcome back to Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Huzzah.
Yay!
Give it a moment to test the stream. Make sure we're here.
I hear voices.
Okay.
I hear voices. Steven, yours could be a little bit louder.
I could be a little bit louder. Let's see. How's that? Well, you can't tell. You'll find out in a few seconds. Testing. I'm talking. Talking. I'm Woody. Howdy.
Are you wearing a Picture Day shirt?
What?
Yes.
Okay, so where we left off, I'm distracted because I've been looking for something that I don't have available apparently.
Story of all of our lives, Steven.
Yeah, I don't know where I put it. I was working on it last week. Oh well. So last week we had a scene where after a night of drinking and a visit from Gus, Nightbreeze took one of Gus's flowers and knocked on Lindariel's door. And Megan wasn't here to play that out, so let's pick up there.
Okay, so knock on Megan's door. This is awesome.
Okay. Lindariel will do that very slow, like creak the door open to see. And then when she sees who it is, like kind of open, but like not really, where it's like you just kind of see like the head and like little bit part, not really show everything. And you will see that her eyes are a little bit red, like maybe she's been crying.
Oh, Jesus, we're going there already? Okay, cool. Yeah. So really fast to wreck on my head, we were going for waffles at 7 at Gus's parents' house, right?
Yes.
That was the deal? Okay. Yeah. So I would probably pick up on the red eyes, but I would kind of like hold up this single like sad flower. Well, it wasn't sad. These were decent flowers, right?
Yes.
I hold up this flower and say, I figured you would appreciate this, and we're talking about having waffles tomorrow morning. Is everything okay?
Oh, this is really nice. Thank you. I don't know. I think I may meet up with you guys later.
Sure. That's not a problem, but are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's fine.
Would that be a perception check?
What are you trying to discern?
If she's really okay.
You can make an insight check.
Insight check, yeah. Here we go. My first roll of the night. This will set the pace for me. Insight. Oh, okay. With a +3, that gives me a 12.
12. Versus, are you trying to hide anything?
Lindariel, yes, probably.
Okay, then let's just make a deception check.
Okay.
Try it that way.
Okay. Oh. I rolled a natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, you don't discern anything more than what you already know.
You appreciate this flower. I saw it and I figured you would deserve something and want something like this. And if we don't see you tomorrow, I would kind of give her the instructions of where Gus's house is, and then let her know we're planning on checking out the Troll Skull Manor at some point after breakfast. If you can't make it for waffles, you'll be missed, but I'm sure we'll see you. And glad things are going okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're totally fine.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, well, have a good night.
Good night. Thanks again.
Of course. And I walk away.
And then not being able to pick up any more information kind of makes sense because you were also drinking pretty heavily that night.
I would still buy the bouquet of flowers and have them delivered to her door the next day that we did on our way out.
Yep. Yeah. So, Lindara, the next morning when you leave, there's a bouquet waiting outside your door.
And there's no name on it or anything, right?
No, I think you specifically.
But
said
I would guess that that's what it is. That's.
It would not be labeled. Right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. But I wouldn't have to guess. Are they similar flowers? I would just probably assume.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Then we will pick up where we left off. It's the next morning, so it's the 22nd of chess in the city of Waterdeep. 4 of you have just visited Trollskull Manor, and you've explored the first floor, and very thoroughly explored because you were thinking there might have been a trespasser, but you didn't find anything unusual. It's just kind of like an abandoned tavern that's kind of run down. And I need to go move my cat because she is being a pain right now. Just one moment.
Gotta love cats.
Meow meow.
Okay, sorry. Alright, so you guys have just decided to basically finish up your search and head out. As you head out of the tap room, you get back out into the... Let me just bring up the map. You get back out into the alley, and you are greeted by a flying snake that is carrying with it an envelope.
Sorry, I was in chat and all I heard was flying snake, and that snapped me back. What happened?
Oh yeah. Basically, when you exited your search in the tap room, you got back out into the alley, and there is a flying snake there to greet you, holding an envelope.
Fantastic. I reach out for the note, and I tell the flying snake, "Thank you."
Yeah, and it kind of flies in a little circle and then takes off.
I look and say, "I really want to get me one of these someday." Go ahead and does the note have any obvious markings on the outside of it?
The outside of it is blank.
No seals or anything like that?
It is sealed, but there's no
Just a
like
blank seal?
the symbol on it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I open it.
Okay. Inside there is it's a folded up parchment,
Okay.
and you're opening it and reading it.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So you find it is.
And now I go blind.
Make a no. I'm not gonna.
Make a Constitution save.
It's just a letter.
Straight death save. Straight death save.
It does feel like it's on like pretty high quality paper, and looking at it, the writing is very ornate. It's like finely written calligraphy. It's in Elvish, but it's in a formal version of Espritoire. So it's not just the regular Elvish. This is like nice. And the first thing you see in big letters, it says WTF. And below that, it says, you are cordially invited to lunch with the Doom Raiders this day at A Maiden's Tears.
Fuck. Okay. I'm reading this aloud to my compatriots.
And the WTF, it's not letters. It's spelled out W-T, like the words in Elvish. That would be equivalent.
Oh, okay. So we're being family friendly on this channel. Got it.
No, that's just how it's written.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm not censoring it. That's the thing. That's what Davil. You've noticed he says these words. He'll say F and he'll say S. That's exactly what he says. He doesn't say the actual
so he
words.
He doesn't say
He censors himself.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
so
he makes sure to make a point that he is saying those things, but he doesn't
I think
actually
he's
say the
saying
real
well
words.
done, friends.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, we are invited to lunch with the Doom Raiders at the. It was the Spires, right?
It's called A Maiden's Tears. It's where you were invited once before and did not have a meeting.
Oh yeah, I got stood up here before, It was kind of really cool, but that's okay. That's a story for another day. So I really think that is this implied that it's all of us or just me?
It says bring your companions. It's you and your
Oh yeah.
companions.
So we kind of need to make it over to Maiden's Tears for lunch, guys.
And make a
All right.
perception
Okay.
check.
I mean, I like
the three of you make a perception check.
Yes, I will
I
perceive all the
perceive-
things.
I perceive with a 13.
16.
7.
Ooh.
Okay. This wasn't all that important of a perception check, because what you notice as you're looking over this letter, none of you saw where Dreverax went, but you realize now that he is not with you.
Is your pocket heavy? Dan, is your pocket heavy?
Trying to remember, did I actually get it
You
back?
do not have the statue on you.
I do not.
Oh no, we left it in the place.
No,
yeah.
he had it with him.
So where does it go when it's on him?
You don't know.
Hopefully not your pantry.
Could be a fun surprise. That could be a problem, but it's not our problem, so.
Yes.
Well, is the yawning portal anywhere near Maiden's Tears? Probably not.
No, you'd know. A Maiden's Tears is actually pretty close to where you are now.
Right. It's up in the nice area, and then the yawning portal is down south, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since we met Davrax at the yawning portal, something tells me that we'll be able to figure out where he is from there, or we can go talk to Volo if he's still around. But we really need to make it to this. Is it coming up on lunchtime now?
It's still pretty early, because you
Okay.
met for breakfast at like 7, and then I'll say breakfast maybe you took 45 minutes, but then there was some
There was
extra time.
the birth of Davrax.
Yeah, so trying to like find him towels and make him new clothes. And then
And
you
the,
came
and the
in.
dragon's new clothes.
Yeah, then you came and explored here, so I'm saying it's maybe not even quite 9 o'clock yet.
We do have to get Volo to the magistrate so we can sign over this deed.
Right.
So you do have a little bit of time to kill, but not a lot. If you want to meet this lunch date.
Well, I would say, do we want to stop back by? Do we want to continue searching through this house, or do we want to see if we can track down Davrax, see if we can get a hold of Volo, try to get our deed signed, so that way we're not breaking and entering into somebody else's property? Not that I really care. I mean, honestly, I could do this all day, but because it's kind of ours. But maybe we can tie up some of these loose ends. Maybe hunt down Lynn and see if she needs to go to lunch. Because when they say to bring my compatriots, I'm assuming that means I need to bring everybody.
Yeah, so we should probably pick up Lindariel and let's try and get the house transferred over. Whatever we have enough time for.
I don't think we need to bother with Drav, though, because we know he's going to come and go. There's nothing we can do about that.
But we need this statue to have him come to us.
He had it, so we have no idea where it's going to be.
Fair.
If anyone sees it, pick it up.
Yeah.
This is the rule.
Totally don't break it.
Or steal it, Gus.
Maybe you shouldn't have been inebriated. I was teaching you a lesson.
About how we should drink more.
About how I shouldn't trust Gus.
Both lessons, yes.
All right, so I say let's leave the rest of this house for later.
Yeah.
We need to kind of start tying up some loose ends. So since I would want to swing by Gus's house just to check the pantry, just to see, since that's the last place that he basically aberrated, that he might be in that pantry still.
Yeah,
if Gus will let us on his property.
No, you're welcome. Maybe we could get cleaned up for this lunch.
Maybe.
I mean, what attire should be I'm always dressed well, but what should you be wearing?
My my general attire will get me through most social situations.
I got like my regular clothes on.
Yeah.
And he said, well done, friends. I mean, that's what the acronym means in my parlance. So, but yeah, so I guess we could kind of head towards Gus's house, which is kind of in the right route for everything anyway. Ish, right? Because only like a block and a half away.
Just to double check, so you had just kicked in this entryway,
Yep.
and explored around the first floor.
Yep.
And now
Yep.
you're just gonna leave and not look at the rest of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
I could tell you by your reaction, this is exactly what you had hoped you would do.
Oh, that's fine. Just making sure it's what you want to do.
I mean,
we could split the party. I'll go explore the rest of the house myself.
I'm
mean,
just imagining like going in and seeing this ruined tap room, and then going back to Volo and be like, "We'll take it."
We just need to see the tap room. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you guys have a gut feeling otherwise, that's what Nightbreeze would want to do.
Yeah, I mean, let's do it.
I'm happy to have a house, even if it's only for a temporary stay. I just think it's a good place. That way, I don't have to spend any more money.
Oh yeah, that's the thing is, and this thing will be ours as soon as we get the paperwork signed, so we can go diving through it later.
And you guys are loaded. I check your coin purses often, so.
I am amenable to this.
Okay. So you guys are heading back towards Gus's house.
Yep.
Before you leave the alley, you hear someone calling out from the boat races are still going on, and someone's just calling out the current standings. The Dragon's Wing is still in the lead, followed by the Honest Tempest. The Copper Rose has come up in position, and shortly behind in fourth place is the Blue Boat. And the others are so far behind they're not likely to be able to catch up at this point.
And this is like a 3-day event, right? The race.
It's the whole 10-day. So this is the first like qualifying race, and then there's another. So it's like the first heat and then the second heat, and the top 3 of both of those go on to the main event. So yeah. So,
how would you go about betting on this?
there are plenty of people willing to gamble on the results of the boat race. As far as this one is going on right now, it's over half over, so people might not be willing to take your bet. But if you wanted to bet on the overall outcome for the whole thing, they'd probably still plenty of action to be had.
Hey Dan, do you know what a sure thing is?
Yeah.
I got a sure thing. I know who's gonna win. I have an algorithm. No, I'm kidding. By chance, as we're walking around town, I would just like to keep an eye out in case I see Arlith. If I see her, I want to hide.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, this is always good. 6.
6?
She's right behind you.
You do not see her anywhere around.
Perfect.
I can't wait for you to run into her.
It's going to be awesomely awkward.
As long as you guys aren't around, I'll be fine.
Alright, so you guys are heading back over to the Talmost Villa. That long journey. Not difficult to do. You'll see. I don't know if anyone was expecting you to come back, so there might not be someone posted at the gate. But Gus has his way in. He has keys.
I guess. Lead the way. This is your home.
You guys are welcome to enter. Follow me. I enter and I greet the servant, one of the servants in the front room, and I give him a little, what's this on your shirt? Flick him.
Yeah, and he just plays along with it. He's like, very good, sir.
Perfect. And then I ask him if there's anybody with food going right now, because we would like to grab some on our way out.
On our way to lunch?
Yeah.
After you've just had breakfast and you're gonna get your pre-lunch snack.
Some pastries, maybe.
You wanna bulk now, guys? What are you doing?
Where do you think I get my sheen from? It's from glaze.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a couple people working in the kitchens who are familiar with your needs of snacks throughout the day. So they've got things just ready all the time.
So we'll just go into the kitchen and I'll kind of peruse around for some pastries and point to the pantry.
Yeah, there's a few different baked goods. There's probably some leftover waffle materials from earlier.
Yeah, and I'll just, since I'm kind of falling behind, I'll go check the pantry and see if we can find Dravarax's statue in there at all.
All right, make an investigation check.
4.
4? So you don't see a statue, but you're pretty sure it's not there because a lot of it has been cleaned out. Like the servants have been, like a lot of stuff in there got ruined, so they've been emptying it out and seeing what's salvageable and trying to make sure it's dry.
So like, peek my head out and be like, well, they cleaned up real fast, but it doesn't look like his stuff's here, so maybe he'll just like show up with his own statue in some random place.
Volo might know.
Yeah, Volo might know. We got to see him anyway. How are we doing on time?
It's still like, what, 9 o'clock?
That took all of like 15 minutes.
Fantastic.
In some of the traffic, you'd think getting to the yawning portal and back might be a stretch by foot.
Only we had a person with a couple horses and a cart.
Yeah.
To the dripping dagger.
Yeah, we should go to the dripping dagger first then. Well, we're not supposed to be there for a couple hours though. 3 hours.
Is there who is it you work for, Lynn? Crap.
Aurora's?
Is there an Aurora's nearby?
It is. The closest one is probably the one she works at in the castle ward. So you would be passing the dripping dagger on the way to it.
All right, we could stop by the dripping dagger. I want to get word to Lynn somehow, and I'm thinking maybe if we stop by one of the stores, maybe we can get them to send a message to all the stores. Maybe they have a whole bunch of little flying snakes that they can send out. They sure as heck don't sell them by the catalog.
No.
I think that's a Zentarum thing.
I don't know what you're talking about. I cannot confirm or deny that. You don't know the snakes you were looking for.
All right, so
The cat is back.
So to get to the yawning portal and then to the dripping dagger would take how long?
Take a while. So let's zoom out. You guys are up here. If you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
The dripping dagger is
way down there.
Where is it? I think it's about here. So it's just down the road. Aurora's, the castle ward location is here, so it's not that far from. And then the yawning portal. Oh, sorry. I was wrong about where Aurora's is. And the dripping dagger. Dripping dagger is here. It's further down than I. Yeah.
So we would have to go by the yawning portal to get there anyway.
No, yawning portal's further down. Yawning portal's not on the screen right now.
Fantastic.
So yeah, dripping
pretty
dagger's
much
down
going
here.
down. It's dripping
Aurora's
dagger,
is
Aurora's,
down here,
and then yawning portal.
Gotcha.
Yawning portal is Find it on the map.
It's like close to the castle.
It's like here.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's a bit of a trek on the biggest road on a holiday week. During basically rush hour.
Right.
Let's go to Aurora's then and see if by chance
She's either there or they can give her a message.
Yeah, and then we can head to the Dripping Dagger.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, you start
March.
heading south, and you do know you could probably hire a carriage or a dray, or you probably own a method of transportation that is just here, but that would require you to take it.
We'll walk.
Okay.
To only confuse those in chat even more, I'm going to try to take a handful of grass to show Lynn the grass that she has been looking for and that Gus has it.
And hasn't told her about.
She's gonna have to be nice to me first.
Yeah.
So are you or your servants just gonna allow someone, even a guest, to come and like pluck grass?
I don't even know if I noticed. Like, it's just grass. I wouldn't.
That's a good answer, Josh.
Okay.
It's not. It's grass.
I was trying to
walk
determine
up, it's
how
just grass.
big the grass security is here. So I'm assuming not very. So you can easily pluck a handful of grass.
We have 4 archers on the roof looking at that grass.
All the
Not
do
the
not
blade,
stand on
maybe
the grass
tough.
signs.
The blades have been numbered and named.
I mean, it's grass. We walk on it. It's not a big deal.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So you guys head down the high road, and yeah, it's a busy city street.
I'm adding that to my inventory. A handful of grass.
Freshly picked grass.
Actual grass.
Yes, actual grass, not grass in quotes.
Yeah.
No quotes there.
Well, we could go
That's
by
the
the pipe
pipe
shop.
shop.
Yeah, we could go by the pipe shop.
Good. Absolutely good.
Hippies.
Yeah, because you pass all kinds of different shops and residences, and on the way, you're coming up. Things kind of slow down. There's a bit of traffic jam around the market, but you push through. Keep going. Were you gonna stop at the Dripping Dagger? Because you're gonna pass it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna stop at Dripping Dagger, see if I don't know if it would be on break or be done there.
Yeah, we were going to Aurora's first,
Okay.
then Dripping Dagger.
Okay, so you're gonna keep going. And yep, you find Aurora's around the corner.
We all want to go in?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
So you gonna lead the way, Gus?
Sure. I can talk to people.
Clearly.
Alright, yeah, you walk in, it's rather busy. This is the busiest you've seen it in a while. And it seems like the guy Thomas that I think 2 of you have at least seen before. He's in there like trying to help a customer, and there's a couple others like waiting. They're looking around. There's kind of just shelves of stuff that's on display. They're kind of mostly like display model type things. Things like here are the things you can order.
Is there like a line formed, or can I just like get in behind the person he's talking to now?
You can see there's one person that's obviously like kind of waiting, kind of like looking at stuff, not super interested in it, but just trying to pass the time until it's their turn.
But I could get by them.
Why do I get the feeling that you're asking? Is there a line so you can just walk past?
Yeah, there's no formal line.
Yeah, I just want to see if how much of a d-bag I would be by getting in front of these people.
I mean, because you're gonna be.
Yeah, they're clearly waiting, but they haven't like formed a queue.
Well, they can probably see me, and they might even know who my family is. So I'll just go.
Are you still wearing your house coat?
Actually, yes, because I didn't take it off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still wearing my.
It's bright sky blue with like gray and trim.
Yeah. Yeah, I should probably not wear my robe around.
Does it have like the family like?
It does.
crest
It does, and my initials.
embroidered?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
and
I'll
it's
just
funny
kind
that your initials are just at.
Yeah.
So I'll just kind of poke my head around the lady and be like, "Excuse me, Thomas. Excuse me, sir."
And it was like one moment. And he continues. He's explaining like it's kind of like a towel rack. It's not anything that's super interesting, but he's talking about like how many things you can like put on it and different colors and varieties it comes in. Yeah. This person is asking the stupidest questions, like how much can you discuss about this item?
Ma'am, can I talk to Thomas for a moment, please? Ma'am, it's a towel rack. Ma'am.
And yeah, she's obviously annoyed. She's trying to like ignore you at first, but then realizes like you're not gonna step down. So she'll turn and like look at you.
Thomas, is Lynn here?
And he'll stop with the customer for a moment. Like, what? She hasn't been here all day. Like, what's going on with her?
She hasn't been here. All right. That's
And she skipped out on us yesterday and the day before.
Awesome.
That is very unlike Lynn. All right, thank you for the information, and I'll turn around. All right, let's roll out.
Well, did you find her?
According to Thomas, she hasn't been here in 3 days.
What?
According to Thomas, she has not been here in 3 days.
Well, 2 of those days she spent with you most of the day.
Yeah.
So she hasn't checked in today.
Correct.
Well,
Okay.
to the dripping dagger, check her room,
Yeah.
see if she's all right.
I mean, she was fine last night. I mean,
Oh, you saw her last night?
Phrase it.
I let her. Yeah. I told her about the waffles that we did this morning, and she said that she didn't know she could make it. She was thinking about going to work.
So she didn't come for breakfast.
So she skipped waffles?
She skipped waffles and didn't go to work.
Okay,
Something must be wrong. Nobody misses waffles.
Nobody misses waffles, right? That's what I keep hearing.
Waffles.
It was waffles and a show. We got to see a dragonborn being born.
It's true.
I mean, that's at least what it was like when I saw some horses give birth. So,
All right, so let's make our way to the Dripping Dagger and see if she's here. I don't even know what room she's in, so apparently someone here does.
You turn around and head back the way you came.
yeah.
And make your way to the inn of the Dripping Dagger.
May I ask
Dario is waiting and eating waffles.
what is dripping off of the dagger?
So you see outside. I have information. I just have to read through the paragraph to find out where in the paragraph it tells me.
It actually says what's dripping off of the dagger.
So this tavern has a fieldstone street-level floor, pierced by a few squat iron-barred arched windows, a row of iron and amber glass lamps rung along its front, illuminating the hanging Dripping Dagger signboard and the entry door, which is covered with many bloodstains and weapon scars.
Okay.
The owner used to leave all the weapons that had sunk into it in place as grisly, bristling adornment, but they started proving too handy for those wishing to snatch up a weapon, and work a little mayhem. And the City Watch asked him to remove them. So yeah, it's this sign. It was like an old, routine thing that people would like take their weapon and like basically use target practice on the sign, and then they would just leave the old weapons just in the sign. But yeah, it became a nuisance. And
Okay.
Let's make a history check.
14.
14. You get the idea that longer ago this inn attracted more of a rough and tumble sort of clientele. It has been cleaned up a bit recently, but they kept the name and kind of kept the ambiance, as it were.
Okay. So we should head in, and Nightbreeze lead the way.
I'll be right back. And I
I am following him.
I mean, you could track me. You said that the other. You said that you could track. So I'm surprised you don't know
I can definitely track you since I am within eyesight.
Awesome. Yeah. So I go up to Lindariel's room and I knock on the door.
Yep. There is no response.
I knock again. There's still no response.
Correct.
Check the door. Will it open?
Oh, you do.
I'm not doing that.
It is locked.
I will pick the lock.
Oh Jesus.
Okay,
Oh,
go ahead and make. Well, you broke your lockpick set in the.
Yes. Thank God.
Someone here has to have a lockpick.
Nope.
It's the dripping dagger.
Well, why don't we check to see if the horses are here?
Yep, you can head back out to the stables, and you do not see the horses or the cart here.
So she's somewhere, but not at work.
Okay.
Where can I get a lockpick?
Where can I get one of those flying snakes?
Let's see how far away you are from stuff.
We're probably very far from everything.
There's a flying snake merchant right next door. Buy one, get one sale.
There's plenty of shops all around, but the specific ones that you're looking for, let me see if there's anything nearby. Like right next door to the inn is called the Riven Shield Shop. They sell shields, but probably nothing you're looking for. I don't think the places you want are right nearby or on your path, but I'm double checking.
I would go into the main dining area and just ask out loud, does anybody have a lockpick?
No one really even acknowledges you so much as even answers.
If anybody has a lockpick, I'll be outside.
Aurora's would sell a lockpick set.
Jesus Christ.
And
Back to Aurora's.
The northward Aurora's is on your way, so you don't have to go back south.
Sounds good. I'm stopping at Aurora's for lockpicks.
Alright.
And I'm totally going to ask even if they carry one that's not in their catalog. Did I already do that?
No. You have
I
not
just
asked.
in the catalog. Okay.
Yeah.
You've asked about flying snakes.
That's right, I have.
You did?
Yeah, you did.
And you said that you weren't sure that they carried it. You're pretty sure that they didn't. Actually.
Oh, you asked her. I thought you were asking if you asked them.
Yeah, you asked Lynn, but then also when we were there the first time, I think you asked Thomas.
Right.
And we're told no.
Oh, and for a flying snake, you had heard about a place called the Old Monster Shop?
That's right.
That's right.
So you know that's in the southern ward, but I don't think you specifically got directions to it.
No, we didn't.
But yeah, in your immediate vicinity here in the trades ward, I don't see anyone else who would be of use to you.
Well, let's head up to the other Auroras. Since it's on our way anyway, and check in. Maybe she's checked in there. Because the northern ward is kind of where we were, right? Ish.
Yeah.
Maybe she was Maybe she checked in up there because we were getting waffles. Who knows?
So the north ward Auroras is just here, just past the market.
All right.
All right. I'll head in and look for lockpicks. I'm gonna get more than one. How much should they cost?
75 gold each.
They would be in the catalog. Let's see.
Catalog.
I can find out. Lockpicks. In addition to the assortment of wires, rods, and angled wrenches common to lockpick sets, our expanded version also contains a funnel, magnifying glass, hammer, oils, acids, chisels, even a listening cone.
Ooh,
We have never
listening
received
cone.
a complaint about the effectiveness of our sets, at least not from the buyers. But how much does it cost? It didn't tell me how much it cost. There must be like a table.
The link that you sent for the catalog is no longer valid.
Yeah. There's a new link I can get you later.
Okay.
Standard cost of a
Yeah, I just-
lockpick.
Look it up in the player's handbook.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Nothing's showing up on D&D Beyond.
I'm seeing lockpicks are contained in the thieves' tools,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the thieves'
You're
tools.
looking for
And
thieves'
you-
tools.
but you're looking for just a lockpick,
No, it looks like 25 gold for thieves' tool.
right?
Since you don't need the whole thing, I'll give you a discount on that. I'll do it this way. A new lockpick will cost you 16 gold.
Woo! Can I get you down any more on that?
Probably not, unless, because these are like coming from a catalog. They're not like, you can't really haggle too much with them.
Alright, what if I get 2? Bulk discount for 2?
I'm just reading through this real quick to see if there's, because it's weird that everything else has a price next to it. That one didn't.
I think they're on sale. Buy one, get 2 free.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna come down much. Cause like a key making set is 40 gold. The other stuff that are similar is like 20, 30 gold.
Alright, I'll take one and hope I don't roll 1 next time.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. They will have one that's there you can take.
Cool. Alright, I'm good. Breezy, you good?
I'll ask if Lynn has checked in.
They have not seen her.
Okay. All right. Is there a way that I can get a message to anybody? Do you have a mail delivery service that can find people?
No, we're a catalog. We're not a messaging service.
Do you know of any place in the city where I can do that?
There's probably someone in here who's like an investigator who could try to track someone down.
Not necessarily. I think I have an idea. All right, thanks.
Is there a possibility she's with Floon? She seems quite taken by him.
I mean, he's the most attractive man in Waterdeep.
I mean, yeah. That's what I keep hearing over and over and over and over again. I mean, I was wondering if by fair chance this is a meeting with Dabble, maybe he will let me use who I affectionately call Zeke, but apparently is called Cuddles, to look for Lynn and get a message to her to let her know where we're at, because this is a huge departure from what I told her we were doing. And we've already been in a couple situations to where we have people looking for people that aren't where the people thought they were going to be. So I would say...
Davil lets you use a snake.
Yeah.
Devil will.
Phrasing.
I was trying not to say that.
All right, so now we're heading where?
To our meeting with Davil.
If you headed straight there, you feel like you'd be a little bit early, but not a ton. Where are you going? You're going to here. Let's see if you want to do any more shopping. If there's anything interesting.
What is the Sword Maiden? Is that a pub?
The Sword Maiden?
Yeah, it's on the map there. It's big and starred. Seems important.
Oh, that is one of the walking statues.
Say that again?
It's one of the walking statues of Waterdeep. Like
gotcha.
The big, 90-foot statues.
Okay.
The Sword Maiden, I believe, is crumbled and fallen over.
Okay.
So, what are you guys doing?
I think we're just gonna head that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Which way are you going? So you are here.
So we're at the Dripping Dagger still?
No, you're at
right?
Aurora's,
we're at
Aurora's north location.
Yeah,
You're
Aurora's
there,
north.
and you're trying to get up here. So you're on the same screen.
Is there any way that we would wind up being able to pass by Gus's place and then swing over?
It's not that much further. So Gus's place is just up here.
Yeah, I would say we would go up the high road to Gus's place just to swing by and then head over to the Dripping Dagger just to see if she's gone there.
And let them know that if she comes by, where we'll be.
Where we'll be.
Sure.
You think she's going to show up at my house?
I think there's potential.
I think the fact that we were going to my house is the reason why she's missing.
I mean, I don't know. She seemed fine, so she turned down waffles. She said she was going to work, but she hasn't checked in. So
I'm beginning to take this a little personal.
There was a kidnapped guy, and delivering packages was important in saving him. She didn't go to work this morning.
I'm concerned about that.
That's true. She didn't go to work this morning. That's really bad.
She could have blown off work to go have waffles. Maybe she changed her mind and she got there late.
I mean, it's waffles.
All right, we got a little time to spare. We can swing by my place again.
Yeah. So for the
Or maybe Draverax took her with him. There we
the
go.
third time today, you make your way to the Talmost family villa.
Hey, Mom, I'm home. Gonna make me some Legos.
You know what we should do? We should totally just blow off.
again.
We should totally just blow off the lunch and go back to the house on Troll Skull Keep and go ahead and check out the first story.
Go back into the basement.
Let's check the basement one more time.
I mean, it's kind of on the way from here to
We're
the.
not doing that.
If you wanted to walk by it, you certainly.
We can
could.
walk by the place on Troll Skull Keep because again, I told her that we were going to be going to Gus's house and then checking out the house on Troll Skull Keep.
So we're retracing our steps.
We went for a morning jaunt.
We had time to kill before lunch.
But yeah, the Talmost servants have not seen or heard from her this morning.
All right. Well, if you do see her, let her know that we are going to the place that I didn't write down.
Maiden's tears.
Maiden's
something?
tears.
Yeah.
Maiden stairs.
Yeah.
The Maiden's tears.
Something you should be familiar with.
That's where Arleth is.
I was gonna say, what's her name last night?
It's the new wandering statue that they have in Waterdeep. All right, so we swing by Troll Skull Keep, and if we don't see any sign of her along the way, we just keep going to Maiden's Tears.
You do that. You come down. You head over Ceridune Street. As you walk by the alley, you see there is a patrol of city watch officers inspecting the busted down door.
We keep walking.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you keep walking.
Say
And
nothing. Do nothing.
come on down, and you can make your way to a Maiden's Tears.
Okay. About how early are we?
Not very by this. So I'd say stopping up by Gus, you could have, if you intended to be on time, you could have just hung out there for an extra few minutes. Unless you wanted to be early.
No. Get there as close to on time as we can. 5 minutes early so we're on time, because if we're on time, we're late.
Exactly.
And if
Yep.
we're late, don't show up.
That's right.
I mean, I was early and on time last time, and I still got stood up, so... what was the name that Davil gave me originally to meet him at the Maiden's Tears?
I think he gave you his real name, Devil Starsong.
No, he gave me some silly name to meet him at. Some...
To sign under.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Nightbreeze would remember, but I don't remember at all.
I don't remember either. It wasn't.
Alright.
It wasn't an important.
It
clue,
wasn't
obviously.
canon. It wasn't canon. All right, cool. Yeah, we go into Maiden's Tears.
Okay, and Gus, I'll let you decide. Is this a place that you've been to before?
Yes.
Okay. And Dan, I don't think you have. I think this is a little bit
Yeah, this
too
was not.
far up north.
Yeah, this was not a place for me.
I think there was a place you went to. Have you been to the Misty Beard?
Let me double check, but that one sounds familiar.
That sounds like a place you would hang out in real life.
It does, yeah. Checking the Dandriel map.
It's not that it's an important detail. I was just curious to remember what I told you.
No, I've not.
Oh, okay. I thought there was one North Ward location you'd been to.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're right. It is in the Beard.
Okay.
Yep.
That's only it's like a couple blocks south of this.
Okay, so I'm loosely familiar with the area, but
Yeah.
definitely not this place.
Haven't been in here. Okay. So Nightbreeze and Gus remember Dan is entering for the first time. You see it's You walk in and you see there's booths along the sides. There's a few tables in the middle. It's soft lighting. It's very quiet in here. And you see it is lunchtime and it's busy like the rest of the city. The city's hopping this week, this 10-day. And for all the people in here, it's rather quiet. And you can actually you see some people just having their lunch, but you can see other people like talking and laughing, but you don't hear it. So this place has been kind of each eating area has been warded against sound, so it's you can't hear from one table to the next.
That sounds wonderful.
And you see in one of the larger tables in the middle, you see the familiar Sun Elf, Davil Starsong, sitting there. Next to him, Gus recognizes someone named Tashlene Yafira. She is a... Before I say the wrong thing... Humanoid, but is she a human? I think she's a human. She is a captain of the city guard.
Oh, yes, Captain Tashlene.
Yeah, so you're kind of surprised to see her here. And actually, Nightbreeze, you recognize her too. She frequently works with a magister stationed at the South Gate, and you registered with that magister when you entered the city a few days ago.
Fantastic.
So you vaguely remember seeing her.
Okay.
Next to them, you see
27 city guards, armed and ready.
Why isn't what they are, other than humanoid, listed here? I think he's a gnome. He's a gnome. You see a gnome. He looks, of all of them, being Zentarum agents, he looks like he fits the part. He just looks a little bit creepy, a little bit shady. He's wearing kind of like a loose-fitting yellow cape. And with them, you also see a half-orc. He's big, and he's got a large crossbow slung over his back, as well as several other weapons. He's by far like looming kind of over the table. And the four of them are there, and they're all kind of they see you, and they're like looking up at you, and they're all kind of somber, kind of straight-faced. And next to them, you see a smiling half-elf named Lindariel.
Seeing everybody there, I'm gonna walk up and give Tash a little salute and smile and be like, "Hey, Tash, it's so good to see you," and go in for a hug.
She is not super interested in your hug, but she'll accept it.
Never was.
Yeah, she'll allow it begrudgingly. They stand up and like welcome you to their table. It's like one of the bigger center tables.
All right. Well, I don't know the majority of you. Lynn.
Good to see you, Lynn.
We've been looking for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of ran into Davil, and he said we were all meeting here, so...
Davil, you could have let us know ahead of time. That'd be cool. Because we just walked everywhere.
We got our step counts in.
Well,
Sure.
well,
Our bit of mighty fits is working.
Well, we're all here, so let's begin.
Begin what?
Lunch. And,
That's what this is? This is lunch? There's nothing else going on?
Yeah, I like food.
And he kind of waves, and the waitress comes over, and you didn't really order anything. They just started like putting down food in front of you, and you see.
Is it like family style?
Kind
An
of.
upscale place with like an attempt at family style, to where the plates are still made of bone china and stuff.
Kind of, yeah. So there's bringing food, and some of it are like plates for like a roll of buns for the table. Others are kind of more individual servings that they just set in front of you. But it seems like Davil has gone and already made the preparations, so you're not wasting time with like menus and ordering and all that. And so
I was gonna put this in chat. Can I do a perception check for iocane powder?
sure, if you just want to check the food, yeah, sure.
Yeah. That's a 19.
Well, you know that iocane powder is smellless and tasteless.
Right. So the DC is like 35, right?
So you are.
I'm no longer worried.
You have neither confirmed nor denied its presence. Hopefully, you've been building up an immunity over many years.
Listen, what you need to do is let other people eat first before you eat. That's how we do it.
I mean, I'll eat.
Perfect.
So,
That's perfect.
So I'll immediately ate some food. Why not?
So Davil introduces his party. Tashleen is the master of arms for the Waterdeep Zentarum, and she tends to provide armor, weapons, and training to people on the Black Network's payroll. And she also works in the City Guard as a captain, and she has a pretty cushy position there, just guarding a magistrate. And that's been her position for a while. So I guess you jumped around from job to job a lot. She's been one of the few who's stayed in one position, and that's probably you don't know the details. It's probably just because the magistrate has requested her. The magistrate.
I assumed it was because she wasn't ambitious.
Yeah. Well, the magistrate wants this bodyguard. They will get that particular bodyguard. They pull a lot of weight.
While I'm shoving food in my face, I'll be like, is it working in the City Guard and the Zentarum a little conflict of interest?
And,
I think it works really well together.
And they'll explain, not really, because she can watch through the traffic that passes through the South Gate, and she can ensure that certain individuals can come and go with certain cargo.
Hey Tash, if someone wanted to offload some unmarked silver, how would they go about that? Asking for a friend.
Well, our Davil will jump in and well, our apologies. Our friend Istrid could not make it, but she would be the one who would deal with that. She is our master of trade and coin, so she could probably work contacts to get that from you and offer a loan, offer other services, monetary services as needed.
Okay. Whereabouts would we find her on the regular? Does she have I can't even think of the word.
Physical presence.
We can get her in contact with you should the need
please
arise.
do.
Cool. For a friend.
Yep. And then they'll introduce the gnome is Schemo Weird Bottle,
Okay.
and he is our master of magic.
Chemo, is that your real given name?
So it's Skeemo.
Schemo.
Mm-hmm. And it is his real given name.
That's an interesting surname. How did your family get that?
They made weird bottles, man.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm checking something real quick.
Do gnomes speak halfling, or halflings speak halfling?
Halflings speak halfling, usually.
They
Gnomes speak
Gnomish.
Gnomish.
I speak Gnomish.
You speak gnomish? That's right. You do speak gnomish. You were speaking gnomish to the other dude, weren't you?
To the gnome.
The purple Yeah, the purple shop guy.
Purple guy.
So he no, that's actually his family name. That's his original name.
Cool.
I'll let you decide if you're aware of it. He actually owns a shop in Waterdeep called Weird Bottles Concoctions. You probably haven't been there, but you may have heard of it. He sells some potions and elixirs that are mostly non-magical, but for some Zentarum friends, he'll give out the real thing.
Good guy to know.
And he then they point over at the half orc and say, "That's our muscle." They don't even really introduce him, and he doesn't. The half orc doesn't say much. He kind of like grunts in approval. Like,
Hi, I'm Gus.
And yeah, he'll like acknowledge you, but he doesn't really react much. He's he's like keeping his eyes like around the room. He's being very observant of his surroundings. And so Davil says, like, now the introductions are out of the way. I've already let them know who they were expecting. I have to congratulate you guys on a job well done. So last night I got word from my contact that no fewer than 3 Zentarum hideouts were destroyed. They lost dozens of agents, and one of their barracks was literally melted in acid. And I hear that the only slip-up, there was a complaint by the Peabody family to the City Watch of some commotion in their basement when some people were leaving the sewers.
I wonder who those could have been.
I wonder indeed.
No idea.
And
yeah, that was us. That was definitely us.
I totally wasn't even feigning deception.
so yeah, he's like he was implying that it was you.
Yeah, we did some good things down there. By the way, she goes crazy around goblins.
And he'll kind of like laughs. Is like, don't we all?
That
Sure.
like mention of that again makes my me retreat back into my shell and like face shudder.
Way to go, Gus.
That's just a reaction when I speak.
And says like, and I oversaw the interaction with Mr. Gadam. I presume your errand from him went successfully.
I think it went well.
Which one was that?
Yeah, I don't remember.
His full name is
Flo.
Volo Thank
Oh.
Gadam.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, that went great. Yeah, we were able to get Floon back. He was a little bit messed up in the head, but
Oh, he's getting fixed now, though.
he's getting fixed now. Yeah, Volo was very happy.
So
Do you know anything about Troll Skull Keep?
he does not know what you're talking about.
All right, cool.
But because of your actions, the Xanathar Guild is retreating. I've heard they're falling back into Undermountain. So this has been the best news for the Zentarum in a long time.
Yeah, we're just trying to bring peace to the
So-
town. That's all.
So at this point, all of you are gonna gain 4 renown with the Zentarum.
Fantastic. I would say, Davil, I have a question. Ever since it appeared to me, I've long wanted to try to get my hands on a flying snake. Is there any way you can help me out?
Like I don't have any more. I've had cuddles for a long time,
No, I understand that.
He'll basically repeat what he said before. Like, check out the old monster shop. I know.
Okay.
They sell some unusual creatures.
Can Cuddles have babies?
Not alone.
You see a mommy flying snake, a daddy flying snake.
When two flying snakes love each other very much,
They give each other a very warm slither.
yeah.
All right. So, other than applauding us for all of our hard work and efforts, why are we here?
To celebrate.
I mean, I'll take food for celebration. I'm still stuffing up.
And to discuss what's next.
Exactly. That's what I was waiting for. All right. Let's hear it.
Well, we know that someone has been killing elves and half-elves, sailors in the dock ward. At least 3 have been killed so far.
That's not good.
Each one of them was decapitated by a blade in the dead of night.
Sounds a bit extreme.
So they're sailors, but they're only elves and dark elves?
Elves and half-elves.
Half-elves.
Elves and half elves.
We'd like your group to look into it. We think the City Watch could use a little help in this matter.
This one sounds good.
Is there anything?
Let's send 3 elves into a person who's killing elves.
Is there anything that ties these elves or half-elves together, or is it just their shared race? Are they from similar? You said these are all sailors.
Yeah, that's the only pattern we've seen so far.
Okay, but not like from the same. They're not shipmates. They're not from the same trade lines or anything like that. Okay. Cool. I guess we could stick our neck out for you.
For a price, right?
Yeah, let's hear those details as well.
Is there anyone we should talk to or any specific docks we should go to first? Maybe some of the people that maybe have been killed, they might know, like people that worked with them might know a little information.
I'm trying to figure out what he knows so I can answer questions better. We don't have a lot more information than that. This is just a concern that was raised, and the Zentarum wants to help look into the matter. I will definitely fill you in on any more information as it becomes available, but that's literally all we have so far.
Seeing as we do have some purveyors of magic items and potions here, us going to attempt to find a murderer, maybe some health potions on the house would be very helpful in case some of the elves in the group get injured or almost decapitated.
So Schema will speak up and say, like, stop by my shop later.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
We can hook you up. It might not be on the house, but we'll make an arrangement.
A discount is the least that I could ask, really.
Yeah, indeed.
So let's hear the rest of the details. What does the Zentarum have to offer us for assisting in this?
Depends on the details of the case. Start by just figuring if you can figure out what's going on. If you can stop whatever is killing these people, there can be a gold reward for it.
Well, let's start there, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to stop whoever's doing it. We're not going to just find out who's doing it. We're going to stop them.
Good.
I think what they're saying is they will pay us based on what we have to go through, and that we'll receive payment regardless.
I don't want to know increments. I want to know if we complete the task, what do we get?
It depends on what task you complete.
All of it.
I mean, if If a dozen more people are dead by the time you figure this out, then that's not worth that much to us.
Yeah.
So let's go save people. That's what we
And
do.
is this a killer capture situation?
We want elves and half-elves to no longer be dead.
Okay, so you don't care what happens to whoever's doing it.
Depends on who it is.
You know, you're making this very difficult.
If
No,
Laurel
it's pretty
Silverhand is killing elves and half-elves, I recommend you do not kill her.
All right.
All right, let's go take care of this, or at least look into taking care of this.
All right. Lynn, do you have your cart here?
Steven, didn't I leave it back at
No,
the...
you have it here. It's parked around back.
Okay, I couldn't remember where. Oh yeah, I said like just close by.
By the way, since we're in the area, if your horses need to stop for some grass, we do have some at my house.
And with that, I was going to wait till we get outside. I pulled some grass out and say, yeah, I remember you talking about you needed some grass for your horses. And there's that little tiny patch of grass over by the temple. And I remember how much you admired it. So I wanted to show you the quality of the grass that is at Gus's parents' house.
Only the finest grass.
I will take the grass, and I think I will like tuck it next to me on my seat, like riding like on my little rider's seat up there. Kind of have it like next to me.
And I guess you have a stable on your property.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
And there's a stable on his property.
You know, if you left your horses there, I'm sure they would be taken care of very well.
Yeah. I mean, they're good right now.
Okay. Offers on the table.
So where are we going?
To the dock lord.
To the complete opposite side of where we are right now.
Fantastic. Let's adventure.
Are we
do
just going anywhere on the docks?
Do we want to maybe try to find Volo to get Troll Skull Keep put into our name?
Let's do that.
the way.
That would
Let's
be
do
on
that.
the way.
Since the Yawning Portal is on the way to the
Yeah.
dock ward.
Yes.
If I remember my map correctly, DM.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Steven, I feel like Lindario would probably know like a place to start as far as the docks. Like I've picked up stuff from there. You know, like I'm sure I probably know people, right? I feel like I go there a lot, pick up stuff. We may have like someone that I know.
Sure.
Do we get a starting point? Okay.
So I guess you guys, you finish up the lunch. There's not, it's not the best lunch, but it's obviously like here's a place you could talk freely. But yeah, they cover you for lunch, and yeah, they continue to just congratulate you over your victory over the Xanathar, and everyone goes their separate ways.
Yeah, I thank them thoroughly for lunch.
I also do the same. Do we want to take a break and break through travel?
We can. So since did you want to go back to Troll Skull Manor at all at this point, since you're not far, or back a fourth time to the Talmost Villa?
I think we should go to Troll Skull Keep, back to Gus's parents' house, back down to the Dripping Dagger, maybe stop in by Aurora's to make sure that her job is okay, and then head over.
We still need to go pick up those healing potions.
We need to pick up those healing potions, and then we need to. No, I think no.
Streamline this.
Well,
There are people being actively murdered.
yeah, I think there's a little bit of urgency.
When they said they've all been
At the cover of
in
night,
the
right?
dead of night.
Okay.
Pun intended.
So, possibly.
Yeah, that means somebody could die tonight.
Yeah. We need to
Great. Which one of the three
figure
of us
out
will it
where
be?
they are and where they're going to be before that, you know.
Right.
Well, let's be clear. I blend in the night.
But the Yawning Portal is on the way. We could swing by the Yawning Portal on the way to the dock ward and see if Volo's there, so we could set up a time to go meet with the magistrate to get Troll Skull Keep signed over to us while we go begin to investigate, because it's going to take us a couple hours to get down there anyway.
Yeah, sounds good.
We could also tell him to watch out for Dravarak since he disappeared with his statue at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a statue?
No.
Len, do you have a statue?
No, he came back?
Yeah.
We will fill you in on what all happened at Skull Keep on our ride down. It was pretty
I thought Dan
boring.
has it.
Dan lost it.
Misplaced.
Dan, how did you lose it?
It's Gus's fault.
Oh, sure, blame me.
You stole it!
Well, that makes sense then.
Okay, we can fade to black there and go for a break. We'll be back in a little bit.
Hey!
And we're back. Testing. Okay, that looks good.
Sweet.
Okay, so you guys have made the journey back to the yawning portal. Was there anything else you wanted to discuss on the way?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you head in and you see right away Volo is there. He has basically set up his own little office in one of the booths. He's got a couple of mugs of ale that are empty in front of him. He's got one in his hand, and he's got a bunch of papers and books spread out. There are a bunch of other people around too, but I think you're not super interested in them.
No, we're here for business.
We're here for business.
Hey, Volo, we stopped by Troll Skull Keep.
Hey, yeah, it's a great place, isn't it?
No, not at all. But it has potential.
Yeah, it does.
We went into the tavern, and it was kind of gross.
I mean, there's a little bit of water damage. You're gonna need to replace the roof. You're gonna need to clean up, and it needs some care. But
Definitely need some work.
I mean, it needs some TLC. You know, it's an up and coming established neighborhood with good foot traffic.
We didn't go into the main residence. Are you saying there's flood damage in there?
Very probably.
Perfect. So you're gonna sign that over to us now, then, I guess.
Yeah, actually, I have the paperwork all worked up. I did.
Nice.
I did find there's a minimum. I can't just give it to you. It has to be sold for at least 1 gold piece.
Dan's got it.
No, I'll do it.
I'm not interested in that. But you have to. We have to make a show of it. You can hand it to me, and I'll give it right back when we're done.
I'll do it.
However, a magistrate has to observe the transfer and sign off on it. There is going to be a property tax of 25 gold. That unfortunately all of my gold went to Fluen's care yesterday. So to sign this deal, we're going to need to come up with 25 gold.
I've got the 1 gold for the transfer. That's all I can do.
For a controlling interest in the new property, I'll pay the 25.
Why was it back on taxes?
No, this is just a tax for us purchasing the land.
No,
It's just like if you were to buy a new place anyway.
It's a tax basically for the magistrate's time to look at a piece of paper and sign it.
I would put 5 in.
I'd
put 5 in.
So that leaves 15.
Then
It is 10. I mean, if Drav pays 5, but we don't know when he's going to be here.
Oh, yeah.
To pay 5.
Volo, what happens if Drav disappears and takes his statue with him?
That statue can't leave this plane.
Fantastic.
So
what happens if it disappears
like,
and we don't
What
know
happened
where
to
the
him?
statue
Where is he?
We
That
don't
weird
know.
thing.
The weird thing.
Did you guys even look around to see if it was dropped down anywhere?
No. I bet you it's on the first floor. Yeah, we'll look around.
We'll get back
Thanks,
to
Lola.
that. We'll get back to that.
All right, so
The things that happen when I'm not here.
yeah,
We need somebody to keep us on track here.
He looks a little bit concerned, but
we'll find him.
Okay.
Bolo. It's all good. It'll only
If
cost
anything,
us
this just
25
means we
gold.
got to get this place transferred over to us so we can go into it legally.
Yeah, we better go quick because we saw what happened with Floon.
And you know, there were those city guards checking out the place. I hope they don't find it.
Well, he'd be safe in an evidence hold.
so Volo is basically he's starting to pack up his things to go over to the courthouse with you guys.
All right, How long do you think this will take? Just a little bit.
Hopefully they're not super busy. I did arrange the meeting for today, so they should be able to get us in without too much
Okay.
delay.
Cool. So I'm giving 5. Who all's giving what? We all giving him. Well, we can't count on Drav to give money right now since he's not here.
I mean, I can cover Drive's section.
Okay.
All right, so 5 from all of us, 10 from Dan.
And then 1 extra one for me for the payment, even if I get it back. Well, there goes my money.
Yeah, he's in there. He's got a lot of stuff out on the table. So he's like rolling up papers, sticking them in a scroll, and taking books, throwing them in a bag. And for the amount of books he had out, you see he's putting them in his bag. His bag's not that big, so you can quickly see he's got a magical bag of some kind.
Would I know about things like bags of holding yet?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, great. Goodness.
I was gonna say I will help him like stack up books and hand him.
12.
12. You've probably heard of the concept, but maybe you haven't seen one before.
And they're like, dude, is that a magical bag?
It is. It's quite.
Where do
quite
you
useful.
get those?
If you have a good friend that's a wizard, they can usually hook you up.
Are you a wizard?
I am, but alas,
You're
not
my friend.
that powerful of a wizard, unfortunately.
Does he realize he doesn't have the deed yet?
He hasn't quite figured that out yet, but once he's finished packing up, he's going to reach into his bag and pull out his hand, and there's nothing in it. And he tries again, and he starts to look a little bit worried.
What's the matter, Volo?
Well, it seemed to have misplaced the deed. I had it yesterday.
Do we know that that Gus has it? I can't remember if we established.
I think we do.
I'll say it's okay, Volo. Gus has the deed.
And he kind of like looks over at you, confused.
Yeah, I do have it.
So do you actually have it on you right now?
I do.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
So he's
No, we gave it to Drab.
He's gonna say, well, I'm gonna need that to present to them.
I know. I was holding on to it because I didn't think, because the fact that you didn't pay us, I was a little skeptical that you were going to actually give us the house too. So I kept the deed.
So I'm a man of my word.
Oh no, you're not.
He's kind of just gonna dismiss you and get
Lynn
up and-
is giving him the biggest shut up face.
Yeah, he's basically he's
Like, so
got
embarrassed.
Got his things and he's walking out.
Oh.
Gus, behave yourself.
He said he's a man of his word. His word was that he was going to pay us 200 gold. Did we get
It's a house.
It's a house.
You saw that house. And then we
Yeah,
got
but you don't get prime real estate up near your area of rich people for 200 gold. The house needs repair, but it's a house.
Have you seen the Money Pit?
Is that 2-act play that they put on?
Yes. Where the house always needs more repairs done, it's ridiculous.
I was thinking more of a, what was the other one? Mousetrap? No.
Yeah, Mousetrap.
Yeah.
Mouse Hunt.
Mouse Hunt, yeah.
Okay, so you basically
Is
get
it, how
back
far
in the
is
cart.
it?
If you're heading to I believe it's the Castle Ward Courthouse, it's back up towards the market.
I invite Volo to sit up on the front bench with me.
Alright. I assume everyone else is tagging along.
And I meant to do this before break, just out of curiosity. I would like to do a perception check to see if the flowers that I had ordered are in the cart.
That would be up to Lindario.
No.
You do not see
She
them.
fed them to the horses. Perfect.
No!
So yeah, you're
I mean, I know what I did with them, but I didn't put them in the cart so they could be out in the sun and die all day.
Fantastic.
They're actually at her Gus shrine.
Or her
Right
fluid
next to a
shrine.
bottle of extra virgin olive oil. A reminder of the glisten.
Alright. Back up a familiar road. Back up, taking Waterdeep Way over. I believe it's, which road is it up? It's going up Warriors Way. You eventually get to the courthouse. So again, it's usually fairly busy. You know, you would know Gus. You've been here before. Guarding people. This is kind of one of the more boring tasks, but lots of people in and out. So there's lots of people here, but it usually moves through pretty quick. They tend to be efficient. And you find the office of a magistrar named... have a name.
It is
Close
Magic Straw.
one of the tabs I had open, and it didn't save what I copied, so that's perfect. Give me a minute.
We could just say the Magistrar.
He's Steve.
Magister Steve.
Magistrar Street. I like it. I like it.
The magistrar's name is Kailine Silmerhelve.
What?
How could you not remember that?
Okay, Leanie's still learning.
So it's written on a plaque outside of the door. There's a couple other people like waiting, hanging out outside the office. But Volo basically goes up to a desk to check in, and now you're basically in the DMV line.
No.
Oh.
So we got number 600, and right now they're calling 7.
Yeah, so I'll say you have to wait.
Oh no, that sounds like a big die.
Great.
Yeah. You only wait about 20 minutes
Oh, wow. Yeah.
until they call you over.
All right. So while we're waiting in line, I'd say, hey, Lynn, when we were looking for you, we stopped by Aurora's, and they said that you really haven't checked in. Are things okay? I mean, I know you're with us for a couple days, but I know your job was kind of important to you. So.
Yeah, I just had some errands to run. And I will kind of look at Volo and give him a face that means understand what I'm talking about.
Insight check all day long.
Yeah. Yeah.
18.
Pretty good. Sorry.
So what?
What are you trying to be deceptive?
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and make a deception check.
I rolled a 19, and that makes it a 22.
Oh. 5. I'm bad this time.
So yeah, both of you realize there's more to her story that she's not discussing. She's not being open with.
Guys, maybe she doesn't want to talk about it.
You know what? That's okay. Cool. I let it go.
Let it go for now.
Let it go for now.
Volo, I went to see Volo earlier this morning.
Okay.
Was he trying to bum money off you?
No, I thought he might be able to help me with something. But
I mean,
Is there anything we can help with, or?
yeah,
I don't know.
we are adventuring crew. We save people.
And
You
I
know,
can
we
say-
are trying to be friends.
And I can say about this
We
point,
are in presence
when-
of the second best looking man in all of Waterdeep.
Yep.
about this time is when they call you in.
Awesome. Awesome.
Go in.
So you can all kind of crowd in. It's not a huge office space. There's a desk. You see a tiefling, a red-skinned tiefling. This is Kylene Silmerhelf, and she's wearing pretty kind of ornate robes. And there is another man in there from the city guard, and she.
I'll be like, Kalini, digging the robes. Very nice. Like the style.
And she
What color are her robes?
They're dark.
Okay.
They're not quite completely black, but they're dark clothes. It's
I feel
common.
I feel like it would be
common for-
unique that there would be a tiefling magister.
That's exactly who you want as a magistrate. You mess up your signature, you signed over yourself to the Infernal Lords.
So yeah, she kind of dismisses any of the small talk. She seems like she just wants to get down to business.
Did I ever work for her?
Roll a d20.
5.
5, no.
Okay.
Just being around a magistrate makes me a little uneasy, but not too uncomfortable.
Yeah. So
You guys think I'm bad? Hang around a magister.
so
We are here to do a property transfer.
yeah. So Volo hands over the document. She's like, okay, it's an estate transfer. And it's like, do you have the deed?
Yes.
Okay. You hand over the deed, and so so this is for a price of 1 gold piece. You have the payment.
Yes, right here.
Okay, and she will observe transfer of payment, and we need to collect the estate transfer tax of 25 gold pieces.
All right.
So I'll gather up the
5,
amount that we
yeah.
previously talked about and
Okay,
hand her the 25.
and she goes through the document that that Volo prepared, and she looks through it all, and she like nods in approval, like this looks like it's in order, and she hands it over to Volo, who signs it. And now I will give a copy to you guys to look over.
Yep.
And if you wanna read it out to the stream, you may do that. But basically, you're all gonna sign this if you agree to it.
Anybody want to read it?
This
Oh.
indenture made the second day of the third 10-day of chess in the 1493rd year of the Dale Reckoning, the year of the Purple Dragons. Hey, like the incense. Between the Waterdhavian citizens, Volothamp, whatever, of a bog somewhere in Faerun, of the first part, and the adventuring companions, Lord Augustine of House Talmost, Sword of the Silk, and Viscount of Waterdeep. Jesus. Andriel Toro, Davrax Rusmanov, Lindariel how do you say your last name?
Guevere.
Guevere, okay. And Varus Nightbreeze.
Varus.
Witness that the said party, the first part, and for consideration of the rescue of a dear friend for the party, the first part, and 1 golden dragon, money of the city Waterdeep, unto the party of the first part, well and truly paid by the party for the second part, at and before the sealing and delivery of these presents, the receipt whereof is hereby acknowledged as released and quit claimed, and by these presents does release and quit claim unto the said parties of the second part as joint tenants with rights of survivorship forever. All that certain tract of piece of land statute in Trollskull Alley in the North Ward in the city of Waterdeep, commonly known as Trollskull Manor, more particularly described as follows, to wit, beginning at a point on the center line of Cedron Street, thence east along the said central line, 1 chain 21 links to a point in the central line of said street. Why did you guys let me read this? Then south 2 chains 12 links to a point in the center line of Trollskull Alley. Thence west 1 chain 21 links along the lands of Fala Lielar to a point in the central line of said alley. Thence north 2 chains 12 links along the center line of the north entrances to Trollskull Alley to the place of beginning. Together with all and singular the tenants, herediments, and whatever, thereunto belonging or in any way appertaining to the reversions, remainders, rents, issues, and profits thereof, and also all the estate, right, title, and interest, property, claim, and demand whatsoever, as well as in law as in equity of the said party of the first part of in or to the above described premises in every part and parcel thereof, to have and to hold all and singular the above mentioned and described premises together with that same word that I'm not even going to try to say, unto the said parties of the second part, its successors and assigns forever, in witness whereof the said party the first part has hereunto set his hand and seal this day of the year first above mentioned by Volo.
Excuse me, Magister. Does this transfer the deed of the house to us?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And it looks like it transfers it. I need to do an intelligence check. I know something, but I need to do an intelligence check
Yeah, go ahead.
to see if I actually
There's
know.
no legal skill check.
No.
Are you fluent in legalese?
I was gonna say
No, but there's certain words that are common enough. Like backing out of my personal education, there's certain words that are common enough that I probably would have picked up on. Maybe intelligence is +0. Okay, so it's a 19, and it looks like we all have to own it together.
It's
Like we can't leave.
So yeah, for that role, you'll see signing this together as a list of companions. You will all own it in equal part, but it also has rights of survivorship. So what's the correct word when you inherit? Your inheritors will also receive it, but they don't own it in conjunction. So basically, the last surviving person of each of you, their inheritors get all of it.
Hey, half elves, half to elf, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
screwed.
human.
Although it is a quick claim deed, which means it's not a general warranty deed, which means we need to get title insurance.
You would know that. I don't.
Well, if you want to,
Dandriel does not know that.
Okay. If you want to roll for it and see that part of the deed.
There was a lot of words in there, and they were very overwhelming.
That's my third 4 of the night.
I definitely giggled and rolled my eyes reading Gus's full name.
Upon hearing Gus's full name, my brain just broke.
Yeah, for that part, I assume you guys filled out your names yourselves. That's why
Yeah.
your full names are in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord Augustine of House Talmost, Sword of the Silk, and Viscount of Waterdeep. Yeah. Yep, that's me.
You know, they needed a whole nother page for this document. Just
Who let you go
sign?
first?
Are you gonna sign and take up like the whole thing? Are you gonna?
He
gonna
is
hand
John
you know,
Hughes.
He's gonna Hancock this whole thing.
he's gonna Hancock it just like that, right there.
Nice.
So it's also stamped with the seal of House Talmost. If you
Okay.
notice that.
Of course it is.
Yes. Well,
Yeah, I
sign
signed
it.
Yeah.
I'm trusting the Magister because I have no idea what I just heard.
You mean red? I was the voice inside your head.
It's true. There was some big words in there that they were just overwhelming.
But yeah, as far as you haven't noticed any kind of deception here. This seems to be the process of transferring ownership of property.
Okay.
All right.
Like average home buyers, we're just signing the papers in front of us.
Yep.
Yep, and so that is complete.
Yay!
But the
We just
Magister
bought a
will-
house.
will ask
Where's my
before-
cutting board?
Before you leave, she'll just kind of question. So you are adventuring companions?
Yes.
Are
Yeah.
you
Yeah, I guess we are.
registered?
No, we are not.
No.
You should register your adventuring party with the city.
God damn it.
How much is the tax for that?
So that'll be it's a 5 gold fee, just to basically do the paperwork.
Yeah, I can do that. I can pay 5.
She'll like open a drawer on her desk and pull out a form, and she's got all your names here, so she'll write them down, and she'll say, well, so what is the name of your group?
I knew this was coming.
Oh.
Lindario's Delivery Service.
All right, and she'll write that down.
Jesus, I was kidding.
I mean, if there's no other name coming up, so I assume you didn't actually say that then.
No, I didn't. No.
I thought for sure Gus would say something about him.
I'm looking. There's a Endworld has a adventuring party thing that you can type in different words and it'll throw it together for you.
If we don't come up with something, I'm going to stick with Lindario's Delivery Service.
I will laugh at that.
Venture Inc.
No.
No.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Graceful Scorpions? Order of the Roaring Fools?
Yes. That.
Order of the Mediocres.
Ooh.
So if you guys want to take your time to come up with a better name, we can.
Jolly Companions.
We can let you guys think about it in real life for a while and come back and
Yeah,
say
we'll cover
You
that in the
moon
email.
and
came
then I
up
won't know.
with the best name here on the spot. But yeah, they will sign off on that, and you are now an official adventuring group in the city of Waterdeep with your own property.
The Giddy Unicorns.
And yeah, that's all the Magistrar wants to deal with you for the day. So she sends you on your way. And as soon as you go back out, Volo will give you your 1 gold back,
Okay.
and he'll thank you again for everything you did for him and for Floon, and he'll be off.
Awesome. Well,
Actually, I'll say before he goes, he reaches into his bag, and he'll hand you each a signed copy of Volo's Waterdeep Enchiridion.
Hey.
So that's his guidebook to the city.
His guidebook to Waterdeep.
I already have one though.
But
But
it
this
wasn't
one's signed.
No.
So is hers.
Wow.
Well, eBay.
So there you go. You got a link to that book. You don't have to read that one out to the stream.
Oh, good.
No, yeah.
Good.
But yeah, you guys can browse through that at your leisure. There's a good deal of information there.
Questers of the North Goats. Oh, no takers? Okay.
The dancing lights.
Oh.
Protectors of the Young Rat.
So, what do we want to do, guys? Do we want to head to the dock ward and start
Oh,
investigating?
and Volo also hands you the keys to the manor.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot
No
that.
more kicking indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna head down to the dock ward and wait for dark. Discuss strategy.
You could possibly look around before dark.
I know some people. I feel like we can ask around.
Could be that.
You know, we could use somebody as bait.
Why is everyone looking at me?
Because it shouldn't be Lynn, and I'm human.
Sweet.
Well, you're not a sailor.
This is true.
They've only been killing sailors that are half elves.
But how would they know? Are they do they know based off of attire, or would they have
I'm sure
logbooks
they're
of?
watching. They're probably watching and scoping out everybody, right? You don't just randomly attack someone. You follow them for a week, see their patterns, see what they're doing.
That sounds a lot like experience. Let's go. Let's go talk to people. Let's go see if we can find stuff.
Yeah, I have some contacts down at the docks, people that I frequently go down there and get packages from, so we have some people to ask to at least get a starting point.
Yeah, and maybe some of them know the victims and might know something else they have in common.
Yeah.
Ooh, the docks.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, okay.
To the docks.
You guys are heading south again. Okay, that's your main destination. There's nothing else you want to do on the way.
Where is the...
We need potions.
I think we're okay.
Are we? Did you
I mean, if you want
magically learn how to heal?
We could look for
Kinda?
the old monster shop on the way down, and the
So we can't stop for potions, but we can stop for a flying snake.
So the old monster shop is in the southern ward, and Schimo's Concoctions is pretty sure it's to the east.
What time of day is it?
So by now it's kind of mid-afternoon.
Okay.
we could split the party.
So you left lunch, you went all the way down to the yawning portal, and then back up to the courthouse. So yeah, it's later in the afternoon. Oh, it's Weird Bottles is the name of it. It's his last name.
Yeah, I mean, if both of those things are out of the way, we should kind of head over to the dock ward.
Weird Bottles Concoctions is over near the river gate. It's in the trade.
I mean, we went deep into someone's lair and we were okay, I think we can.
I will say, even though I see your comment in Discord, I would say while we're traveling, I would say, I think I have a decent name for our group. If you guys would give me a little bit of latitude, Ravanaxa's Scorn. It's a name that means a lot to me, and it's kind of what I do.
It sounds cool.
I don't really care what we're called.
But we need like a marketing slogan.
Gus's Glorious Gladiators.
No.
No.
We're not putting your name in it, Gus.
Whatever. I'm with Lynn. I don't care.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I just don't know how I'm gonna get famous if my name's not on it. Alright, whatever.
Trust me. No one will not notice. Gus.
How about Ravanaxia's Raiders and Gus?
I like the RR thing going on.
Right.
I'm all about some alliteration.
Like Gus's Glorious Gladiators?
No.
Not that kind of alliteration.
Lynn says she doesn't care, and then you mention something with your name in it, and she's like, no.
I don't care, but not that.
Anything but that.
Anything is fine, but totally not that.
Yeah.
I don't know what Ravanax is.
You can press me about it.
What is Ravanax?
It's a name from my past that I'm very beholden to.
In what way?
It's somebody who meant a lot to me.
But they don't mean anything to us.
This is fair. But I'm giving you a position from where I stand.
Alright, well, since I don't care and Lynn doesn't care and Dan likes it, whatever.
Cool.
I feel like there's a face that Lynn has maybe come
90%
to
of the
that's
time?
like whenever Gus is being really insensitive, and
You mean every time he opens his mouth?
yeah, and I think that just like it's its own thing. And,
There's a
yeah.
Gus's talking face.
Yeah, and it's just like half annoyed and half like, will you stop? And like, do you not know what you're doing?
Ravaxina.
Yeah.
Ravaxina's Raiders.
Like I said, I don't care as long as it doesn't have Gus's name in it.
I will win you over.
Gus, your likeness can be part of the emblem.
Ooh. We could use the Talmost insignia.
No. I just think like a shiny metal man should be part of the insignia. Maybe we can even lightly etch second most attractive in Waterdeep.
Okay, so you find your way down back to Waterdeep Way. Which way are you heading from there? I assume you're heading east, but then south?
Yeah. Well, let's just go down Snail Street.
It's your usual stomping
Yeah.
grounds.
So where is like, I've got to have somebody who like I see usually and I know and like I vibe with. Who do I vibe with that's in the docks?
I mean, there's places that you've delivered packages to a few times. There was
Yeah.
the on Sale Street, that tavern you've been to a couple times.
Yeah.
There's a couple warehouses. So I don't know that you haven't
Gone
gone out of your way to make friends a whole lot.
Yeah, I know that, but like
there's people you're
someone I
familiar
tolerate.
with. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with and tolerate. But like some, like I'm sure I've picked up stuff straight from the docks before. I don't know if
Yeah.
there's someone like down there. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few times. Usually,
Okay.
you haven't had to deal too much with the people who permanently work at the docks.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's the people who come with the ship, and they come and go all the time.
Ah.
It's like you're dealing with the cargo directly off of the ship.
Okay. Well, maybe at least someone I know, like that looks recognizable. You know what I mean?
Okay, you can
Maybe someone who's also a half elf.
Yeah, if you just want
I
to
can
go to
do
the
the
docks and
perception.
kind of look around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to do a perception check or?
Well, let's get there. This is
Okay.
You guys. They talked about making other stops on the way, so I'm just confirming where you're at, where you're going.
We're just going straight down there, right?
Yeah, just heading down Snail Street.
Yeah.
Okay. When you turn down Snail Street, here on the corner is the gambling house. You hear kind of a lot of commotion from there. Just you can hear it from the street passing. Apparently, one of the boats won the race already. And
Nice.
you can't hear, but you assume from previous knowledge that it was the Dragon's Wing that was the one that was out way ahead previously.
Okay.
Sizzly time is back, and breakfast is better than ever. For a limited time, any two Sizzlies
Nice.
Fantastic.
Now for some words from our sponsor.
So yeah, it's easy enough to get to Dock Street.
Yeah.
And there are a good number of people here. You can see some of the docks are full of ships waiting to race in the next couple days. So they're making preparations for that. And there's cargo ships. There's a lot of hustle and bustle going on.
Yeah.
On the streets.
Are there any buildings that look like more social gathering points than businesses around here?
On the way in, you did see back here there was a tavern called the Thirsty Sailor. But coming up down here by the docks, there's another tavern here called the Angry Coxswain.
It's a nautical term.
That's in the immediate area here on Dock Street. That's the main one. There appear to be warehouses, and the buildings here maybe are right on the dock. Maybe be a little bit nicer than the rest of the dock ward, but not by much. They also come in here once you're up against the water. There's a good wind, and it's on an overcast day. It got pretty chilly. And you can kind of tell a lot of these buildings are just beaten by wind 24/7. So they're some of them don't have a lot of windows. They're a little bit dirty.
So, Lynn, do you see anyone that you know or recognize?
I don't know. Do I? Can I make a perception
Make an
roll?
investigation check.
An investigation. Okay.
Yeah, look, there's that chick that Gus was supposed to go on a date with.
Yeah, now that we're on the south side of the city, I want to make sure I don't see her.
Sure, make a
16.
perception roll. 16 for that.
16 for me.
I'll say there's no one that you're really familiar with. You may have seen a couple faces before that you've been down here, but no one that you've have any kind of relationship with.
All right. Well, like, how kind of familiar am I? Like, passingly familiar?
Possibly like people you've passed on the street before.
Okay. I mean, some people kind of look familiar, but I haven't seen anyone that I don't know.
I assume you're also all on the cart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we can ask some of those people, but I don't really know them. They just kind of look familiar, like we've seen them here before.
I mean, might as well just kind of say hi, ask them if they know anything, they've heard anything. So yeah, why not? I guess I'll like approach and hi, hello, people.
And
Also, I had a 15 on my Arlith check.
you do not see her.
Sweet.
All right. Yeah. They will, since you've approached them, they'll acknowledge you. They look busy. They're not super interested in talking to a stranger drow. But they'll hear what you have to say.
Oh, really?
Are any of
Excuse me,
them
Jane.
half elves?
These are
Or elves?
mostly humans. There's a couple halflings here. You don't see any elves or half elves in the immediate vicinity.
Okay.
I'll just be like, excuse me, gentlemen, I don't want to. It's my understanding there's been some attacks in this area, and I was wondering if you'd heard anything, or if you knew anything, or any of it.
Don't know anything about any attacks. I know there was some fighting in the streets the other day.
Okay. Anything
some-
particular spark it off?
It seems like thieves' guilds were fighting each other. That's what I've heard.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.
And they're kind of confused as to why someone who's not a watch officer is questioning them.
Can we go further down? And now I'm looking more for just any elves or half elves.
Sure. Which are you heading, north or south?
South.
If we pass by any patrols, I would like to flag it down.
Sure. You can be on a lookout for that.
Where Gus is like, excuse me, I'm important.
Excuse me, guys.
And so you see a pretty well-established warehouse here. It looks like one of the nicer warehouses along. Can we head down? This is the shipwright's house. And you would know that as it's the headquarters of the Order of Master Shipwrights. So it's one of the guilds in the city. So when you get to maybe about here, halfway through this block, you do see you are passing a watch patrol.
I guess. What you doing?
Well, I would like to flag them down and ask them if they're aware of any particularly brutal murder scenes, homicide scenes.
And they don't really answer your question right away, but so like, what do you know?
I've heard that there's been some particularly bad scenes down here of late, and since I used to be in the guard and I have some interest in the area, I wanted to know if there's something I should be concerned about in doing business down here.
And so we assure you, the citizens are very safe. We do everything that we can to keep these streets peaceful.
I understand completely, but there has been word of some, as I said, particularly gruesome murders.
And like the individual incidents are handled as they come up. If you have any information, let us know. But otherwise, you can trust us to keep the peace. That's why we're here.
All right. Well, okay. Enjoy your patrol. jackasses.
You kind of get that the City Watch isn't forthcoming of giving away information about their cases to people who aren't in the City Watch.
They apparently don't know who I am.
Right.
Seems to be a common problem.
Like they would, they were like addressing you respectfully. They're not treating you like any of the other people in Donk Ward. They took the time to answer your questions, but they weren't.
I assume it's because I'm dressed well and they don't want to upset the nobles.
Problem. So do we see any half-elf workers around?
You've maybe passed a couple, and for all the people you've passed, there's a good number of people here on the docks. There's fewer. There's less diversity here than you would kind of expect.
So there's not that many. So they had to have heard that other of them are being killed.
And if you keep going, other landmarks here, there is a fest hall on the corner here. It's called a Mermaid's Arms. Is there anything important about it? I don't think so. It's a place where people come for meals and companionship, if you know what that means. Right behind it is a watch guard post. If you wanted to head up that way at all, if you want to keep going down, it's kind of tighter to get through the dock here, but you could get the cart through it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if we see any half elves or elves, to talk to them that look like they're sailors. Right? Either that, or I think we go back to the shipwright's place and ask somebody there. That's my thought.
Down with either of those. I think that the shipwright might be a slightly better route to go.
Yeah. Unless we see someone like right here.
Right.
Yeah, there's maybe people working on ships over on the docks, but yeah, no one on the street right next to him.
Okay.
Well, I just head up to the shipwrights.
All right, so let's backtrack there, I guess.
Okay, you can head in, and yeah, there's the room. They got blueprints of like different ships up on the walls, and there are a few people working at desks. You can see they're kind of like measuring stuff out and like drawing blueprints, and working away on basically how to make the best ship. Yeah, there's a kind of a front reception desk.
So who wants to do the talking
here? What races are in there?
These are all humans.
All humans. I guess I'll head in. Talk to him.
Okay.
Hello,
What?
fine folks of the shipwright place.
Yeah, they kind of look up at you, and one of them will be like, "Hi." Yeah.
So we were here to inquire about an interesting thing that was going on. We've heard there's been some excitement in the area.
Oh, the races, yeah.
No,
Dragon's
slightly more.
just got back.
What kind of ship was that?
I will get back to you on that if you're really interested. I don't
I
have
am.
any more information on it than I came up with a name for it.
Okay, well, no, I was thinking a more gruesome.
All the boats in the race are sailing vessels.
Murders. There's been murders, decapitations.
It's like he kind of thinks for a minute. It's like I think I heard something about that.
Do you know where it took place?
I don't know much. I heard someone was found on one of the ships the other day. It was maybe a 10-day ago. But I thought it was just part of... We've had these kind of gang wars going on.
So it took place. So the murder took place on a ship.
The one I heard about it, I just kind of heard a rumor. I don't know anything about it.
What kind of ship was it?
He doesn't know.
Do you know who did you hear from?
Oh, I just heard people talking in one of the taverns. You know, people get rowdy. They voices carry.
Which tavern?
It was over at the Blue Mermaid.
Where is that?
Oh, it's kind of around the corner. It's near the corner of Ship Street, Dar Alley. If you just keep heading down this way and make a left, you'll see it. It's a good place, good ale, bad wine.
Okay, thank you.
Get back to me on that ship. I would be interested in knowing the designs for the winning ship. It might help for next year.
I mean, I think all the participants are interested in that information.
It's true.
All right. So do we want to head over to the bar and ask around?
Yeah.
Sure.
To the Blue Mermaid.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can follow his directions, and yeah, it is kind of just around the corner. It's over here.
Yeah, just kind of walk in, take a look around.
See, this is one of the. Let me double check that. This is a 2-story building. Most of the other buildings around are 1-story, so it kind of stands out here. There's a couple other 2-story buildings around, but this is one of the ones coming along the docks. There's mostly 1-story buildings, so this is one of the first 2-story buildings we come to, so it stands out a little. Okay.
And you're comfortable in bars?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll walk right in and kind of first take a little bit of stock of the place. 'Cause I definitely have not been in.
Okay. Yeah, you walk in. It's clean. It looks a little bit worn, but as far as anywhere else you've seen in the dock ward,
Yeah.
especially you've seen the skewered dragon at least, and you saw the what was the name of the other one you delivered to? That was
Somewhere up north.
It won't let me scroll while that's open.
Yeah.
That one was called the Pickled Fisherman. Both the Pickled Fisherman and the Sewer Dragon just looked like a ruin. Like,
What a name.
Like, why is this even people in this structure? It doesn't look sound.
Yeah.
But the Blue Mermaid looks fairly nice compared to those.
Okay,
What's the clientele makeup look like?
And yeah, it's for a tavern. It's rather peaceful and kind of boring in here. Like, people are just sitting in booths, having their drinks. Yeah,
I'll,
seems clean, safe. No,
I'll belly up to the bar and order a drink and try and get the bartender's attention.
Sure. There's a human woman comes over and she's like, "Hi, welcome to the Blue Mermaid. What can I get you?"
Oh, I'll have an ale. How's everything going today?
It's a good day. People are closely watching these races. It's an exciting one.
Oh, it must have been really busy down here with races going on all the time.
I hear that the Blue Boat and the Honest Tempest are neck and neck.
Oh. What about that Dragon Wing?
Oh yeah, the Dragon. They already finished, man. They were way ahead of the pack. They're a good front runner for the main race.
Yeah.
And she'll bring over.
Do you really think anyone's going to be fast? See?
I mean, there's a lot of competitors, so.
I've heard there's some worries in this part of town for I guess half elves, folks kind of like me. I guess there's been some problems lately. Is there anything I should worry about?
And she kind of looks you more particularly like, well, I know folk of your race in particularly aren't too welcome in a lot of places, but you have no problem for me here, as long as you are being kind and courteous to everyone around you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's more because of course, being the specific type of half elf I am, I usually have problems. So when I hear that even the regular half elves have been running into some problems down in this area of Dockboard, I just figured I would ask.
And so she hasn't heard of anything specific about that. It's like, I know the streets here can be kind of rough. Watch where you're going at night. Stick to the lit roads as much as possible. Shouldn't have too much of a problem. And
well, thank you.
If you need help, there's city watches patrolling. They do a good job.
Thank you. I'll how much was the ale?
That one is going to be. It's less than a silver. I don't know, like 10 copper.
All right. So I'll flip her.
As the recommendation that you were given, it's not bad ale.
Nice. So I will flip her an electrum and tell her to keep the change. Thank you for looking out for me.
Oh, and she will be very gracious and thankful.
I guess I'll walk back to the group and tell them, so, well, the bartender at least of anything when it comes to the murders, at least in the space.
Okay.
Are there any I'm assuming everyone just kind of looks like sailors in here?
Yeah, it's mostly sailors. There's a few probably like shop workers and.
Mm-hmm. Are there any half-elf or elf-looking ones?
There's a couple people here. They have a uniform of the Dung Sweepers Guild. I'm sorry, what was your question?
Sorry, are there any half-elf or elves?
Let's find out. There is one, a half-elf.
I will nudge Dan and say, that one over there.
Good talk to him?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. So I'll like saunter up to the stranger. Like, oh, hey, how's it going, stranger?
And they look up, they're like, oh, doing good. I did. I'm hoping to see who comes in second place. I got some money riding on this race.
Oh yeah. Well, best of luck to you. Hopefully you make something of it.
Yeah, I was hoping the copper rose would get me some copper. You know what I mean?
That'd be nice. So do you work the boats around here? Or?
Sometimes I'm. Let me find out what he is doing. He's a fisherman on occasion. It's kind of been. It's kind of still the off season. He's waiting for the weather to change a bit. So in the meantime, he weaves like fishing nets, and sells those. He works in a shop called Merluc's Nets and Knotwear up on the next block on Net Street. So
Gotcha.
he works there, and he's also a fisherman in the summer.
Okay. So we're like, oh, that sounds really interesting. So I'm kind of new in this part of town, and I'd heard that there was some unfortunate incidents recently involving some, half elves, and I don't know, I guess like at least somebody got killed. You know anything about that? Have you heard anything about it?
He did not expect the conversation to go in that direction. He seems a bit alarmed.
Of course he is.
Your mention of murder. But, he has not heard about that specifically, and like everyone else, he's heard of the rivalry war between the thieves guilds.
So I don't know much about the thieves guilds. I guess, are they active down here?
I mean, the city watch has roped off several streets here and there, and I've heard there's been violence going on the last 10 days. I haven't seen anything myself, but I've been, keeping low, not going out at night.
And as a local business person, does that cause you any problems?
I mean, it does. And the dock ward isn't known for being the safest place anyway, but we make do. It's not that bad. The rumors are exaggerated, I think.
I hope so. So I'll thank him for the time in the conversation, kind of make it back to the crowd and be like, nope, another strikeout. I got nothing.
I have an idea.
Okay.
It could be absolutely terrible, but
Okay.
I need you to go back in there, and I'm gonna go in there separately, and I'm gonna berate you.
Oh, Jesus.
Because here's my thought: what if there's somebody in there looking for a certain type of person, like you, and I come in there and I berate you, and they're like, "Hey, that guy's with us."
I think they'll just think it's the drow thing.
Right. What if I go in there?
Yeah. You could yell at one of them. I get yelled at all the time.
It's just a thought. Maybe they would see me as an ally and maybe talk to me.
I mean, this is a pretty quiet, respectable place. Do you think there's murderers in here? Do you think they're acting as a group? Do you think it's
You might be better off just walking up and down Dock Street yelling racial slurs at every elf. I mean, that seems very Gus-like.
I'm sure that'll go over just as well.
Maybe I didn't think this through all the way.
I'm sure that won't reflect poorly on your family name at all.
Alright, just forget I said anything.
What time is it about now?
Later, maybe like 4 to 5 o'clock. Lindari, I'll have you make a history check.
A what?
Make a history check just to see if there's other places in this area you've made deliveries to, and if you know any more points of interest.
14?
14. There's another. There's a few guild halls here, so a lot of it just so happens a lot of the guilds in the city have their headquarters right near here. Across the street is Mule Skull Tavern. That is the headquarters of the Dung Sweepers Guild, and they have their own tavern because you need a drink when you're done with that job.
When do they do? Do I know what time they do that type of stuff?
It's all day and all night. They're constantly sweeping the streets and cleaning
Can't keep up with it.
I know, but if they're around at night, they may have seen something.
That's a thought.
Fair point.
Like if anyone's out on the streets, it's the people cleaning up trash and poop at night. That's a good idea. Sorry,
like
is
it.
there anything else?
Next door is the guild hall for the Fellowship of Salters, Packers, and Joiners. They like preserve meats and stuff.
Okay.
And behind that is the Coopers Guild.
Yeah.
The keeping chickens.
Okay.
And inside here is where you're more familiar with is the warehouses for those two establishments.
Okay.
I like your idea about the Dung Sweepers.
Yeah, if anyone might have seen something in the streets late at night, it would be them. Okay.
Mhm.
Like, what do? Do you sweep up the head from the headless body? Like, what do you do?
Well, you see, when a body's decapitated, for a few moments, things happen, and they need somebody to clean that up.
His kappa was detated from his head.
I really like that idea. I think that I've been around for a few days. Just in passing, would I've noticed that the dung sweepers are more active during the day, or are they more of a night kind of thing?
You've seen them around kind of everywhere. It does make sense that they would pick up at night when there are fewer people, but they have to do some in the day just to get it all done. So they walk every street of the city and do some extra services inside people's homes, and people can pay them for like special pickups, and any type of cleaning services they will provide. They're one of the more populated guilds. There's a lot of people working for them.
Is it like a respectable type thing? Like, even though it's like dirty work, is it like a respectable thing, or is it like looked down upon to be?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay. I'm just wondering if Gus should come in or not, because he's kind of like a
Superstar?
A D-bag.
Because there's a bit of like, that's a dirty job, so that's what like the lower class is gonna do.
Yeah.
But it's also they're one of the reasons why the city of Waterdeep is so great. Like there's no other city on the Sword Coast that is as clean as Waterdeep.
Okay.
Us nobles pay them very well.
Okay. Well, let's head over there. I think we might find someone who maybe seen something or seen suspicious activity or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Would they have brought on, if people are being killed on the ship, would they be brought on to help clean that type of stuff up too, you think?
It's possible.
I know that?
They could be hired for a service like that.
Yeah.
But it's also if it's a privately owned ship, the captain might deal with it in some way.
Okay. I don't know if all of them are on ships, but at least the one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that might I'd say that might not even fall to them, because when you have a dead body, you don't necessarily just throw it in the trash. Mm-hmm. You might get an undertaker to do that.
I guess I was thinking the blood.
Yeah.
And all that jazz.
Yeah.
The viscera.
Yeah, they definitely could be hired to do that, but that would definitely that wouldn't be their routine sweep blood off the decks of a ship.
Yeah, at the very least, they would possibly see suspicious activity.
Yeah, but they could be hired out for such a service.
Okay. Let's
who wants to go in and talk to him? Who wants to take lead?
I could.
I was gonna say Nightbreeds. Do you wanna?
Sure. I'll be around my people.
Dung sweepers.
The dung sweepers. All right. So, I'm going to head on in.
Okay. You see there is like a small kind of like service window where there's a desk behind it, and there's someone sitting there, and then there's the door, another like interior door into the tavern. Okay. I'm going to go to the service window. Yep. And there's a woman there who will just like, hi, how can I help you? I'm definitely looking for some help. Kind of new to the area, but I've heard some pretty rough rumors about people kind of like me, elves and half elves, that kind of end in a bad way. And I'm wondering, with the services that you guys provide for this wonderful city, if there's anything that you've seen, so I know areas to avoid. And she'll think for a minute. Like, so you're not looking to hire for a cleaning service?
Not at this time, but definitely am considering it for in the future. We do. Me and my friends have recently come into an establishment that's probably going to need a lot of work. So any assistance you can give me will really help us kind of make sure we come back and hire.
Well, if you want to schedule some work, or even schedule for an estimate, we can certainly work that out now. But anything else is beyond what the guild can do. If you're having trouble, I suggest taking it over to the City Watch.
Fantastic. Yeah. So, are your estimates free?
Yeah, they can schedule a free estimate. How
Sweet.
you have you need a trash pickup, or what's the situation?
We need some trash pickup for sure. Probably some dusting and maybe a little bit of light mopping. Maybe some mold remediation. Not sure yet. But if you happen to be familiar with Troll Skull Keep,
She's not offhand, but like she said, we can have someone come and check it out tomorrow. When is a good time? We can do a morning or an afternoon.
Afternoon.
Okay. So she writes that down.
Cool. And
we'll have a representative out, and so you can give her directions to it.
You now have your 12-hour window.
Yeah.
We're going to be there between 10 and 10.
Right. Cool. I thank her for her time. And I go to see if I can head into the bar.
And it is locked.
Of course it is.
Yeah, she'll say the tavern is for guild members only.
Okay. Well, sorry, my apologies. Like I said, new around here. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing somebody tomorrow, and I head on outside.
Okay.
Hey guys. Good news. I have somebody coming by for a free estimate to take a look at what it would take to clean up the new house.
That's perfect. That's exactly what we were looking for.
But anything outside of that, no real help. Sorry.
Is there anyone outside, like coming and going, possibly?
Yeah, there's a few people who are here. There's it's not a super popular place, but yeah, there's a couple people who seem to be guild members who go in and come out.
Is there a shop nearby where we could get Nightbreeze a sailor outfit?
Oh Jesus.
We need a sailor outfit, and for him to walk around in the middle of the night.
I mean, you could order some clothing from Aurora's.
From where?
Aurora's.
I know just the person to deliver it.
And I'm just looking. Yeah, otherwise most of the clothing shops are up in the trades ward.
We're not far from the dock ward, Aurora's.
Nightbreeze, you want some nice new clothing?
I mean, it was established on the ride down here that I'm coming. So I guess let's go. I've seen another play recently called Pretty Woman, and I guess that's kind of what we're doing, right?
I don't know, unless anybody else has a suggestion. I mean, I'm not the smartest member of the group, but I'm probably the second smartest.
Well, I mean, you are the second most attractive man in all of Waterdeep, so.
Anyway, any other suggestions in the group?
The only other thing I could think of is maybe catching one of these people outside, but that's so awkward. Just like, hey, excuse me. Have you heard anything about murder?
While we've been walking around, I would be doing perception checks to look for any signs of like street closures, areas to avoid because of crime scenes, whatever. Not necessarily yellow tape because that's not really this kind of era, but things along those lines.
Sure, make a perception check.
Sweet. 18.
18. You have not seen anything recently. You definitely did see that your first trip to the Skewered Dragon. You and Gus walked past a crime scene.
Was that in this area?
It was. Yeah, it wasn't far from here.
A little further the other way.
Holy crap! Let's go back there.
That was, if I remember correctly.
Shrimp Alley?
It was east from here, yeah.
It wasn't just up on Fillet Lane.
So currently, you just left the Dung Sweepers Guild headquarters, which is there. The place where you saw that, I think, was here.
It was near Zoblob's, right? No, it wasn't.
No.
Yeah, by Shrimp Alley.
Zoblob
Shrimp
is here.
Yeah, Shrimp Alley.
Yeah, Shrimp Alley. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, Shrimp Alley. So, hey guys, when Gus and I were on that grand extravagant tour where we got kind of like 17 different ways throughout the town, we were walking down this way to look for Floon originally, and I don't think we mentioned this, but we saw a bunch of City Watch around a pretty gruesome crime scene just a little bit northeast from here. My bad.
Was that this type of stuff, do you think, or the usual just war between the...
If I remember right, we distinctly saw that it was a half-elf, right?
At that point, all that you saw, Gus noticed there were 3 people being arrested, and then a bunch of dead bodies. And one of the people being arrested looked at him, and he appeared to be wearing the same outfits as other Zentarum agents. So that's about all the information you got from that. Is the people being arrested appear to be affiliated with the Zentarum.
My instinct is that these are 2 different things.
Yeah. I feel like Davil would have had more information if he knew if it was his thing.
Right.
I mean, are we just walking along at night then? I guess that's what we're doing.
So I think we're going to circle back to let's get a nice little sailor outfit for Nightbreeze.
This is going to go awesomely.
I don't know.
And let him walk around. See if he gets killed.
See if he gets attacked where we can save him, Gus.
Well, we don't know how good this person is with a sword.
I think I want to take...
Hashtag group goals.
Since I've got the cart and everything, can I leave it at the dock ward and have us just walk everywhere from here? Less conspicuous.
Are you gonna just leave it at the Auroras there?
The Auroras of the dock ward there.
So you're gonna head over to Auroras.
Yeah, I at least want to drop off the horses there.
On your way, you pass a familiar purple shop.
It's true. That is true.
That you have visited the past 2 days in a row.
Can we see him through the window?
It's hard to see past the stuffed beholder in the window.
I'll wave regardless.
Would it be worth stepping in and asking him if he knows anything?
I doubt it. He only knows things that are purple. If it wasn't purple, it's not his problem.
It's true.
Fair.
He probably has a shirt in purple that says that. No purple, no problem.
But okay, if you're bypassing that, you can pull in behind Aurora's and park your cart.
Yeah, if that's okay with everyone. I mean, I'm assuming we're going down to, like, sneaky dock stuff that I don't want to involve the horses with. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I mean, if we're waiting for dark, do we want to just grab dinner somewhere around here and wait until it gets dark?
Yeah, probably.
Should we get the stuff we need and then wait for a potential Dravorak's return?
Yeah, I think we. I think we have dinner and then scope out the place at night and see if we see any.
Also, were you trying to purchase some clothing?
Yeah, so we got that first.
Yeah,
Is there like a sailor quote quote outfit?
Jesus Christ.
Or can he just wear his normal like clothes? You know what I mean? Like, don't they just wear kind of?
They wear all white bell bottoms with.
I know.
No, unnecessarily short white shorts.
yeah, short white shorts with the striped top and the white hat that curls up. That's the sailor outfit.
I think they probably just wear like kind of grungy, neutral.
Yeah, it would be
everyday looking
standard
clothes.
seafaring clothing, which.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more of like the Sailor Moon style one.
Oh God, no.
Oh, why did that come up when I Google image searches?
Would he look off just wearing like common clothes? Essentially, is what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, don't even this.
That's your sailor outfit.
That's the guest sailor outfit.
Holy
sailor.
crap. Oh, jeez.
Google image search sailor outfit, and that was like in the first row.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Would he look too out of place in just his like street clothes, essentially?
You can make an intelligence check.
Natural 20.
Woo!
Thank you.
And my intelligence is
Minus.
+2.
So some ships would have a kind of a uniform. A lot of them don't. It depends on the captain. Sailors are usually distinguishable more by like equipment they have on them, or there's not one sailor outfit that all of them wear all the time.
That's what I assume.
It's not what was linked in chat, right?
We're not in a cartoon.
Yeah, thank you. So what sort of sailory things? Is it like a thing of rope around their shoulders, or like what makes them, what sailor accoutrement is definitively sailory?
I'd say good word usage.
Yeah, a lot of them would carry a dagger. A lot of them would carry, rope. Rope is a good one.
Okay.
They have probably various tools for woodworking. They'd have tools for the cutting open fish. They'd have basically like a utility belt.
Okay.
A lot of them would.
Well, I have some rope. I have rope and daggers, actually. Or, well, short swords, I guess.
I'm
we good with that?
okay with this route.
Sorry, I guess, to burst your bubble.
Yeah, not
That's
that
all right.
den route that they were trying to take us down.
Are you sure there's not a way to persuade you?
Pretty sure there's not.
No.
Oh no.
What was that?
I just
The
thought of
idea.
something that I could do to maybe figure out something, and I don't know if it will work. Maybe when we go back to the water, I'll see if I can see something.
Okay.
I think we need to be close. We need to be back on that dock street, and then I
Okay. So I'm going to. I have rope too, so I can just pull
okay.
some rope out. I've asked somebody for a dagger of some sort because I don't have one.
I can give him one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just say, stay within eyesight, I guess, and we'll have a grand old time after we eat dinner.
We're going to need to eat separately. We can't be seen together.
Fantastic.
Where are you guys planning to go eat?
Let's
Were
go
there
back to the place that was clean.
Yeah.
Were there any street vendors down by the docks themselves?
Not
Oh,
too
that
many.
Damn.
You did pass. There's a place here called the Sleeping Winch. Oh, I'm not showing it to you.
So, Stephen, my question is, are there any seagulls?
Oh no.
There are plenty of seagulls. It's not a ton, because it's a deep water harbor. The boats come basically right up to the street. But
Okay.
there are plenty of seagulls. There'd be more if you went down to the beach. But there are some poking around on the dock street.
Yeah, I want to find a seagull.
We got food at restaurants. You don't need a seagull.
No, I want to talk to the seagull and see if they know anything.
There it is.
Ranger's gonna range.
But no, you passed this place, the Sleeping Wench, and you're obviously over at the Blue Mermaid. The dock ward isn't known for its fine cuisine. You're quite well aware of the Skewered Dragon is down here, and the Three Pearls nightclub is not that far north.
I would go to the Sleeping Wench, and make plans to meet up after we eat somewhere down by the docks. I'm sure I'll see Gus's skin glistening off the moonlight from afar. But I agree that we should probably eat separately. And while I'm eating, I'm going to be talking about how I've made it into town. But this is going to be so fun. I'm looking to find my way onto a ship to make passage elsewhere.
Okay. So you're splitting off from them, but are you going to the same place, or are you going completely by yourself?
I'm going there by myself completely.
Okay.
Make sure you say things like, "Arr."
Our matey just made it into this here slip and looking for a new boat to avast upon me hearties. I'm good friends with Dora the Explorer. I would do my best to make it known that I'm looking to start a seafaring journey.
Okay. It's easy enough to do that. There's a good number of people in here. It's still a bar in the dock ward. There are plenty of other sailors in here. It's comparative to what you saw at the Skewered Dragon. This seems to be a bit more upscale as far as the dock ward goes. In the back it looks like there's a couple dancing on one of the tables. But they seem to have enjoyed their drinks already.
Cool.
But yeah, there's a few kind of mingle around and just talk about ships. You find plenty of people to discuss your travel plans with.
Okay. Cool.
And we can figure out details on that later.
That's fine.
I think we're about to wrap up. So where's everyone else going?
We need to stay within eyesight. So we just got to be walking separate from him, but essentially going to the same places.
I really want to find a seagull.
We can have a quick dinner and then go find a.
I don't know why I didn't think of it before.
Talk to the animals.
Yes. This is what I'm here for.
So you guys, you're not following him in there, right? So, but you're just kind of hanging out outside.
I think we're gonna go in. We're just going in separately.
Okay.
Like we don't know him.
Yeah,
So-
just kind of like post
Yeah,
up
we'll-
separately around the place.
Yeah, we'll grab our own table somewhere else. We just need to stay in eyesight of him and check, make sure he doesn't get
Okay.
obliterated.
Yeah, there's a free table you can find. It is a bit noisy in here. You know, there's the people dancing. There's some people gambling. There's other people just laughing and telling their sailing stories.
You said there's a couple on a table dancing.
Yeah, in the back. Yeah.
I say, hey, Dan and Lynn, you guys should do that. And I point.
Hold on, you think we should do what?
Dance like them.
On the tables? No.
Yeah.
There is a lute player providing music.
You need to fit in. Also, I am proficient in the loot.
I have a lute.
It's a loot off.
Ding
Jazz
ding
lute.
ding 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 ding.
I'm not proficient, but I have one.
I mean, I will dance alone table and attempt to get people's attention and put on a show.
No
why not?
dancing.
I'm
We have business to do.
Yeah, I mean, while doing it, I'm keeping an eye on the stuff, crowd, the things.
He can dance, and then we can watch Night Breeze.
I can dance if I want to. I can leave my friends behind.
And if they don't dance, then they don't dance, and they're no friends of mine.
It's just men at work.
So let's have you make a very safe performance check.
Performance check. 23.
23.
Is that all?
Yeah, you describe your performance.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's just, it's table dancing. I'm table dancing for Gus.
Okay.
I feel like I'm picturing it like a jig, like a kind of like a.
Yeah. I'm dancing a jig, juggling my dancing lights, doing my silly stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Just having fun.
Yeah. The people there are into it. Then you have successfully roused the crowd to your favor.
Well, they are doing that. I will sneak out and go find a seagull.
It's Eagles
That got
on!
into
I
my
knew it.
head.
Is it nighttime?
Yeah, it's probably about dusk. Yeah.
And our half elf just went off on her own.
Yep.
Outside.
That's great.
You're
Perfect.
so involved, you probably didn't even notice.
I didn't notice that our half elf went off on her own.
Do I find a seagull outside?
Yeah, you can walk back down to the dock and find a seagull.
Right.
Okay.
Talking to the seagull, stabbed in the back.
I will use my speak with animals. I have to cast it, right?
Yeah.
That's how. Okay. So I roll, and it says use wisdom.
Do you have to roll anything? Let me look it up actually.
It says you can cast speak with animals once without using a spell slot. You regain the ability to cast in this way when you finish a long rest. Wisdom is your spell casting ability for this spell.
Yeah, so it's just it's a one action cast, and you just gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for 10 minutes.
Fabulous. Do I have to roll anything?
No. You might if you had to
wonderful.
persuade them or other
Okay.
social roles, but
I say, hello, friend.
Look at the... Hi?
Hi. How are you?
It's a little bit cold. It's doing pretty
Oh.
good. It's a good day. How are you?
Good. So I've heard there's been some pretty crazy murders. People getting their, elves getting their heads chopped off.
And he'll kind of interrupt you and be like, do you have any fish?
Oh. No.
Okay, thanks. And he'll start to like fly
snuggle
away.
you and make you warm. I'll warm you
Okay.
in my cloak.
And he'll like hop over to you.
Okay. And I'll kind of like nuzzle him on the inside of like the cloak of my hood, where it's like nice and keep him like warm from the breeze.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's warmer
And so
here.
now I'm like talking to him like this.
Oh, so do you have any fish?
No, but if you can help me, I'll find you some fish.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen humanoids with their heads cut off?
No, but do you have any fish?
Oh.
Like, the seagulls don't have a lot that they focus their attention on. So.
Oh.
And then the seagull says, "Look out behind you!"
But we can speed through. Like, it hasn't seen what you're describing,
Okay.
and it's going to continue like asking you for selfish things.
Okay.
But it does enjoy talking to you.
Okay. I will dejectedly walk back into it, still with. I'll ask him what his name is.
His name is Jeffrey.
Okay. So I will walk back in there looking very dejected, but I have a seagull like in the hood of my cloak with me who like looks like I imagine he's still asking about fish. So he's just kind of squawking to everybody else, but I'm hearing him be like, "So fish, right? Fish."
Well, and
Fish?
when you're talking back to him, you're squawking too.
Yeah. Yeah. So
She's a crazy lady.
So so I come back and be like, "Hey guys, I tried talking to Jeffrey here, but he doesn't really know anything either. So I don't know, do we want to just head out and do this thing?"
Well, first of all, it was not very smart of you to walk off in the dark by yourself when you're the exact target.
By this point in time, I'm walking out of the.
Yeah.
All right.
And
so
where are you heading?
I want to head back down towards Dock Street and just kind of meander.
Sure.
I want to look for not very populated areas, but stuff like that.
There's still a good amount of traffic out here.
Okay.
People are starting to wrap up for their day.
Can I buy a fish from this place to give to Jeffrey?
Yeah.
I promised a fish. I feel bad not to.
150 gold.
Yeah, it's not quite that much. But that's... It's gonna be probably about. You don't need anything fancy for the bird,
Nope.
so I'll say 6 copper.
Okie dokie.
They'll give you a plate of some kind of like longfin
Okay.
fillet.
I will just take the fish and give her back the plate. And I will, if Nightbreeze has walked outside, I will give Jeffrey the fish and tell him to follow that man. And come get
I'll
me.
have you make an animal handling check with advantage because you're feeding it.
Okay. I'm +3, so. 18 first roll plus 3, or 17. Okay, so 18 plus 3.
Okay.
21.
He'll say thank you, and then you see him fly off.
Okay, but I wanted to say for him to come get me if something happens to him.
Okay. Yeah, and
Okay.
he'll take the fish in its beak and fly off with it.
Okay. I'll say thank you, Jeffrey. I'm literally just like...
Mm-hmm. All right. And so Night Breeze, you're walking around on Dock Street. You're just kind of like walking the length of the street, or
Yeah, just
kind of what's
just
your
me.
plan?
My plan is to watch for areas that just seem to have low population, and once it gets closer to the dead of night, I will find some place that I can maybe huddle up like a street urchin, but still near the docks. I may look for any signpostings for jobs on ships and things along those lines, and try to talk to people in passing. Just kind of continuing the same idea of sailor new to town, looking for a ship, looking for passage. Will work my way through.
Sure. Let's make an investigation check.
Sweet. Never seen an investigation check kill somebody, but today's the day. Ooh, pretty close. Investigation. Okay, cool. 9.
9. So you do see a couple flyers. There's people looking for various ship hands, or one person's actually looking for a navigator.
Okay.
A couple vessels. I say you do pass. There's kind of like one kind of like fence in between two buildings, and stapled to the fence are a bunch of like missing persons posters. And if you take a moment to look through that, a lot of them are kind of older. They're at least a few months old. Is probably the most recent one. But you take a moment to look at it and realize that everyone pictured there is either an elf or a half elf.
But how many are pictured there?
6.
And the most recent one's about a month or so old.
Yeah.
Is there a point of contact on the most recent one?
They all point toward if you have any information, contact the City Watch, and you're not far from a watch outpost.
Okay. Can I see any of my compatriots?
I don't think they. Well, where have you guys gone after?
So we would have followed him behind. Like, we could
Yeah.
keep him in eyesight,
At
but...
a distance and attempting to not be.
Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy at all?
Yeah, I mean, I would equate it to stealth, like blending in, but also not be really noticeable.
Okay, then yeah, you guys make a stealth roll. And if you're trying to see them, make a perception roll.
Cool.
I got
14.
11.
Got 10.
13.
You
I
don't
don't
see
see
any of them.
All right. So since I can't see any of them, but I know that we agreed that they would stay within eyesight of me, I'm going to take my dagger that was lent to me, and I'm going to stick it underneath or onto the most recent one, where the most recent month, the one that's about a month old, where it says contact the City Watch, right where it says City Watch, and start heading towards the watch station.
Okay.
Leaving the dagger behind.
Does he see Jeffrey?
Are you trying to look for seagulls?
I probably have no idea about Jeffrey.
Yeah. So I'd say you don't even have to roll. You don't see Jeffrey.
Okay.
Or if you do, you don't notice there's anything special about him.
There's a seagull that just keeps flying around me.
I know. I love it.
But yeah, I start walking over to the City Watch station.
Okay. Yeah, you can find it. It's right there on the corner of Cod Lane.
Oh, what was the name of the most recent? If you don't have it, that's fine.
I just make up a name. There's person A.
Okay, person A.
Their name was Flindariel.
Yeah. I should do the actual DM thing of having a list of names ready. But
All right, so I get to the city watch station. I just kind of hang around outside and I take another look to see if I see any of them.
you can try another perception check.
Sure.
Just have to beat an 11.
That would be a 22.
Oh, you see all of them
There's
now.
all of us.
Like, oh, there you guys all are.
They're-
Cool.
I'm imagining they're back where you put the dagger and they're grabbing it.
Yeah, presumably grab the dagger and so it was a piece of paper that he stabbed into, right?
Yeah.
How easy would it be to remove that piece of paper without like tearing it?
Make a dexterity check.
Uh-oh.
This is not my best stat, but another 4, so that's a 6 in total.
Yeah, you tore it a good bit. It's like the corner is ripped off.
Well, since I see them, I start walking towards them.
Okay.
I'll take it, like roll it up and slide it into a pocket.
Hey guys, so everything that we're running into is telling us that we need to contact the City Watch. I think it's time for us to contact the City Watch.
Okay.
Didn't we talk to them and they said they just asked if we knew anything and then kind of sent us on our way?
Right, but I think maybe a more direct approach of talking to the actual people at the guard station might be a little bit more helpful than talking to a patrol. I mean, it's worth a shot at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 6 missing people that all happen to be elves or half elves that are all missing from this vicinity, and every single one of us has to contact the City Watch if we know anything.
Yeah. Do
I
it.
mean,
So
all right.
I assume the guard posts are 24/7.
Depends.
This one's not. They closed 5 minutes ago. You just missed them.
No, if you're heading there,
Outside.
yeah, if you're heading there right now, yeah, you can find there's someone inside, and they actually, if you go inside, they do have a couple of like prison cells, and there's one person sitting there, and one watch member attending. And they will say, "Hey, how can I help you?"
This is your domain, Gus.
So I was trying to find out some information earlier from the patrol that was going through, and I guess I could have been more direct. So here I am being direct. We're aware of the 6 missing persons, along with some seemingly gruesome murders, including decapitations. We have been hired by some people to find out what is the cause of this. So it would be really beneficial for us, as well as yourselves and the folks of Waterdeep, if you could provide us some information about this.
We'd have to get the captain to sign off on that. Any release of information.
Who's the captain here right now?
Captain Staggett.
Oh, yeah. He knows me. Just let him know. Gus is looking for him.
Okay, we'll do it, and he'll take a note down.
Cool. We're gonna be in the area. Is he out on patrol right now?
And he'll check the schedule, and he's like, yeah, he's usually out at this time.
All right. Let him know that we will meet him at the Blue Mermaid.
I'll see what I can do. I don't know if he's just available, but I'll pass the message on.
if he's not available to meet me, can you just have somebody let us know, and I'll come back here. This is very important.
We'll do what we can.
I put 5 gold on the table and say, please make sure it happens.
Okay, we'll do what we can.
We'll really do what we can.
If only you were wearing that sailor outfit, they maybe would listen to you.
Again, it's just some rookies who don't know Gus.
So I totally believe you.
I mean, he's obviously just like an assistant, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ugh.
He's like an assistant to the assistant
Yeah.
to the assistant of the regional manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when's a good stopping point, but it's after 11:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we wanna stop here, we can do that. We can wrap up.
Sure.
Is there anything quick you wanted to add before we sign off for the night?
No, just need to get some feedback from Captain Steggett.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll stop there, and thanks for everyone who was watching. I think I saw we had one new follow. Thanks for the follow. And
Yay!
I believe we'll be back next week. Next week.
Yep.
Where we will totally find whoever's doing these murders and kill them. So,
Yes.
Or we will go back to our new house and meet for our free evaluation.
Well, we need to go back and do that. We have an appointment.
we could split up. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
We'll send one there's a chance that Drav will appear there.
That's true.
That's true.
Just keep him there.
What we can do is we can send Gus to go meet with Captain Steggett. We can send you to go meet with the cleaners. Lynn can go make friends with more pets. And I will just dance on tables all day.
Perfect. I think we'll be in all different corners of the town.
And then
Yeah,
we have to go to
nothing bad
Gus's
can
house at least 5 times.
Right.
Yeah. Gus will stop in for snacks at least that many times.
All right.
Mom, where's the burritos?
With that, I think we'll.
That's way funnier than it has
end
to
there.
be.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Not everyone.
All right,
Bye.
good night.